What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Your winning Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.com.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Here I am. What we got coming up here? Okay, take it out of the spot break, and we'll just do it that way. All right, thanks. No, go ahead and play the spots after this song. Let's do it after the spots. Yeah. Sure, no problem. Thank you. Thank you, Chuck, and hi, everyone. Two teams tonight are trying to make their seasons better on a big night and a big week. It is homecoming at Stanley County High School. We're at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. Will we see a repeat of what we saw between White River and Stanley County a year ago? A wild game, a 50-36 Buffalo win. Both teams coming in. Bit of a struggle. Stanley County really got thumped in Tyndall by Bonham last week, and White River took a thunting themselves at home at the hands of the Wall Eagles. They'll meet tonight. Someone will have their second win of 2022. And high school football on 1060 103.1 KGFX is brought to you by Yesway, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, First Dakota National Bank, Sioux Nation in Fort Pierre, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Access Health Fort Pierre, Fisher Rounds and Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Edgewood Healthcare, Dakota Prairie Bank, The Sweet Spot, America Hotel and Business Center, The Wigwam, Krogman Law Office, and the Roundup Bar and Grill, and Venture Communications. And these in-game sponsors help bring you high school football on KGFX. Ponsaba Agency, State Farm Insurance, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Lindsay Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, Agtegra, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber. In our postgame, they'll bring you our player of the game, and our scoreboard, as always, is brought to you by Wagner Autos, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer in Pierre. Thank you for joining us. Studio coordinator is Trinity Pearson, and we're glad to have you with us. And always big for homecoming and for a Stanley County team that really wants to make things better. They were run over by Riley Rochadle and the Bonhome Cavaliers last Friday in Tyndall. Rochadle ran that opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and it just kept getting worse for the Buffs, who were down 43-0 at the half. And as we said at the time, the goal last Friday night was to make it a four-quarter football game, and they managed to do so. In fact, got points on the board on a touchdown run in the fourth quarter by Barrett Schweitzer. But for a young team, as Max Foth and you'll hear him say, another learning experience for this team that, let's remember, has a lot of freshmen and sophomores playing. White River in the second year back from the years of the co-op they had with Jones County. They do have one win, a tight one over Bennett County. But last week, they were at home, but they took on a state-ranked Wall Eagles team in 9A, and that was only one half of football for White River, as the Tigers were beaten by a score of 50-0. Before that, they had to play a good Lyman Raider team, Jones County, who they beat last year 50-0, beat them 53-20. They play Kadoka area too, and it's a White River team that doesn't have much depth. Not many players on the sideline other than the 9 that will be on the field. So for Spencer Blom's team, it will be a challenge, but there is experience. Their quarterback, Gavin Folkers, played well in the game here a year ago. Ryan Woodenknife, the tailback, Kendrell Cuevas, and this is a point we'll be making. He's one of a couple of tall receivers for this team. Cuevas, if you know White River basketball, is an outstanding athlete in that sport too. And Ebenstein Wright, a tight end who can catch passes, is also 6'4". So this should be an interesting night here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. And on top of that, it is homecoming too, and they're serving off to the north of the north end zone, the Burgers or Dogs, until the end of the first quarter. So you can come over, get yourself something good to eat, and help Stanley County track and field. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being part of the team and reminds you to buckle up every trip, every time. Ponsaba Agency, State Farm Pregame here at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. When we come back, we'll take a look around Central South Dakota High School football in this next to last Friday in September and the first full day of fall. We'll do that after a 2-minute break. You're listening to high school football on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Grosenberg Implement knows that hay season is over for most of their customers, but they want to save you money now for the 2023 hay season. This week's special is an 8% discount on hay moisture testers. This includes the units that can be mounted to your John Deere baler. Ask the business manager about pricing and the parts staff which one will work best for you. Then visit Grosenberg Implement's service department to get it installed. See any of the 8 Grosenberg location parts or service managers this week and save.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Hatsaba Agency State Farm. Countdown to kickoff at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. On a big night, it is homecoming for Stanley County, and they host the White River Tigers this evening. Let's look at other Central South Dakota teams in action tonight. In 11AA, the top-ranked and topped in the C-point standings. Of course, Pierre Governors 4-0 rolled past Yankton in that homecoming game at Hollister Field at Phil Troutner Stadium last Friday night. Now they have 3 in a row on the road, starting in Watertown against the Arrows this evening. Watertown 1-3. They do feature pretty good running back in Juven Hudson. Coverage of that underway right now with Brian Oakland, and that's on River 92.7. Also in 11-man football in 11A, Chamberlain Cubs are 10th in the C-point standings, and the Cubs have made the trip to Sioux Falls this evening. Chamberlain at 1-3, taking on 2-2 Sioux Falls Christian. In 11B, Miller Highmore Herald, now with a 4-game losing streak, homecoming in Miller this evening as the Rustlers are hosting Hill City. Darren Boyle has that coverage on 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. Top-ranked team, of course, all year in 11B is Win the Winter Warriors, now at 5-0, and this is their bye week. Their winning streak is now at 28, and they've won 40 of their last 41. And how about this? A showdown next Friday on the road for winner at second-ranked Bridgewater Emory Ethan. Mobridge Pollock, after winning their first 3, has now dropped 2 in a row. And the Tigers are now 15th in the C-point standings, so every game important for them. Home game tonight for the Tigers against Clark Willow Lake at Tiger Stadium in Mobridge, and that coverage underway right now with Andy on Star 99. Now to 9-man football elsewhere besides Stanley County and White River in 9AA. Platte Geddes, after losing their first 2, has won their next 2, improved to 9th in the C-point standings. Should be a good one tonight in Platte as the Black Panthers host the Bonham Cavaliers that Stanley County saw firsthand last week. Kimball White Lake still looking for win number 1. The Wildcats are 0-4 and they're at home, but having to face a very good Gregory Gorilla team, top ranked in the media poll in 9A and second in the C-point standings. North Central, the Thunder, 15th in the C-point standings in 9AA. They're 1-3, and they'll play tomorrow against Great Plains Lutheran. That game, one of the 3 being played this weekend at the beautiful new Dakota Bank Stadium on the Northern State campus, and that action's on 100.7 KMLO and at the KMLO page tomorrow at 4:30. 9A Lyman Raiders coming off their bye week. They're 4-0, 4th in the media poll, 5th in the C-point standings, but a test for them tonight against the Wall Eagles, one of the top-ranked teams in 9B. Phillip, the Scotties, number 9 in the C-point standings in 9A. 3-1 Scotties are at home to meet New Underwood this evening. And Timberlake, Stanley County's opponent next week, 10th in the 9A C-point standings at 4-1. Should be a good one at Faith tonight against the Longhorns of 9B, who are also 4-1. Well, one of the games of the week, maybe the game of the week in Central South Dakota high school football, maybe even in the whole state, in any classification, or at least in the 9-man ranks, it's going on in Oneida tonight. Harriet-Selby area, 4-0. Number 1 in the media poll, number 1 in the seed point standings against Sully Buttes. The best start for the Chargers in 3 years. They're 5-0 for new head coach Tom Moore. They are now 3rd in the media poll. They're 5th in the seed point standings. Coverage of that underway right now on KMLO. Potter County, after a win last week, they needed it. They're into the top 16 now in 9B. This is their bye week. They'll host Leola Frederick area next Friday in Gettysburg. 10th in the seed point standings. The Jones County Coyotes at 2-2 in Kadoka to play at number 4 in the seed point standings. Kadoka area Cougars, they're also 2-2. Sunshine Bible Academy still looking for their first win, but another tough challenge for them on the road tonight at Hitchcock-Tulare. And Faulkton area, number 9 in the seed point standings, taking on a good Warner team. That's tonight, the first of the 3 games being played at Northern States Dakota Bank Stadium. We'll keep you updated on scores as the evening continues. Well, let's start our keys to success. And you're going to hear Stanley County head coach Max Poe talk about this in a little bit. But these are very tall receivers that White River has. They may be able to have an advantage if the Folkers can find these tall receivers. And what's been a frustrating season for White River, they're looking for any edge. Let's see how that matchup goes against this young Stanley County secondary. And head coach Max Foth gives Stanley County's point of view for tonight's game coming up on our keys to success on the Potsdam Agency State Farm pregame at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. It's Stanley County and White River, and our visit with Buffalo's head coach Max Foth comes your way in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
In Stanley County, closer to kickoff, and the Potsdam Agency State Farm pregame continues. Our keys to success now with Stanley County head coach Max Foth. What positive things could you take from what happened last Friday? What we talked about happened. Rochedo was terrific. But what about the good teams your team did?
Yeah, we did some really nice things. I always told our younger coaching staff that it's never as bad as you think it is, and it's never as good as you think it is once you click on that film. So there were some bright spots out there. I felt like, especially in that first drive, we really moved the ball well. We really ran the clock down and did exactly what we wanted to do. Now, their adjustment to that was to bring more pressure and bring more blitzes, and our young offensive line wasn't ready for that. So it's been a great learning experience for our guys. We've certainly repped a lot of that this week and helped us to get ready for a good team and a good season the rest of the way. One other guy that stood out in my mind, Noah Baldwin. Second half, one stretch there, made 2 very good plays in a row on defense. Yeah, Noah's having to age rapidly. He had to play a lot as a freshman last year, offense and defense, and sometimes it's tough to remember that, yes, he is just a sophomore, because, he'll go out there and he plays as hard as he can, and yeah, he makes mistakes just like some of our other young guys do, but overall he's done more good things than bad things, and it earns him even more playing time. Well, you have a team tonight that is trying to get its bearings, although they do have a win. White River coming off playing a very good team themselves last week in Wall, but you've gotten to study what they've done all through the season. What are your impressions of this team? They've got some really good talent in spots. They've got really good receivers. They got some tall, athletic kids that can really go up and win jump balls. We're hoping to get some early pressure on the quarterback and try not to give him much time, because, obviously that'd be a mismatch for us. We're playing freshman corners that aren't quite at 6 foot yet, so we don't want them to have to go up and try to win jump ball situations with kids that are 6'4" and 6'5". So they've got some definite challenges, and yeah, they're a young team too. They're trying to find their way. play, and hopefully we're a little bit ahead of them tonight.
It's a little something at every level of football. How much taller kids are, how much bigger kids are. You mentioned about, hey, getting corners to be 6 foot. 20 years ago, people would have said, no, that's enormous. Not anymore, is it?
Not anymore, especially when those receivers are 6'4" and 6'5". So it's tough. It's a tough ask for our young kids. It's definitely not fair for them to play as much varsity football as they have to play, but that's only going to help our program and help them be better players long term.
I'll propose a key to success, and that's concentration. We all know what this week has been about around here, and it's a lot of fun, but it's kind of crazy for everybody. And now you got a football game to play. I'm sure the stress is, hey, concentrate on this game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly a blessing that we got humbled so much last week. I felt like our kids have been dialed in at practice because they don't want that to happen again. Bonhome's a terrific football team, and at this point in the season, we can't overlook anybody. So it's one of those things that really helped us get ready for this week, and you got to take those learning experiences and use them to your advantage, and that's kind of helped us as we've gone along.
Maxwell, the head coach of the Stanley County Buffaloes, thank you as always, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
Coming up, starting lineups on the field from only Williamson Field for Stanley County and White River. We're closer to kickoff, and we're back in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Access.
Back on the Ponce of Agency State Farm pregame at only Williamson Field in Fort Pierce, Stanley County and White River closer to kickoff. And let's bring you tonight's Montana Dakota Utilities starting lineup. Gavin Folkers, one of the returning starters for this team, senior quarterback, and he has some size, as we'll talk about with some of these guys, and we've referred to it already. 6'5", 210, tailback is a junior. Riot Woodenknife, who started a year ago. Tegan Bowman, the fullback, a 5'11", 205-pound sophomore. Andrew Cuevas, if you know White River hoops, too, you know what a good athlete he is. And he's one of these 6'5" guys that the Stanley County corners are really going to have to watch themselves on. MST Wright, a tight end, but he can catch passes as he did in the game here last year, and he's 6'4". Riley Bowman, a sophomore, another wide receiver. Wright is a junior. And on the line, they have a couple of freshmen. At one guard, Haston Woodenknife, 5'11", 180. The other is the center. He's a big dude. Jace Hutchinson, 6'2" and 290. Handsome Einspar is a senior, 5'11", 175, and he is the other guard. Head coach Spencer Blom is in his second year as head coach of the White River Tigers, who come in at 1-4. Nick Wall and Logan Tucker are Spencer's assistants. A look at Stanley County's starting offensive lineup here at Ole Williamson Field when we return in 30 seconds after this from Montana Dakota Utilities here on KGFX. Here's how we expect they'll start for the Stanley County Buffaloes. Brock Zabe, the quarterback, the junior, with 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this season, 25 of 60. Colton Brady, the senior running back, limited in his yardage last week, 5'10", the 170-pound senior. Barrett Schweitzer, the fullback, who had the only touchdown for the Buffs last week in the loss at Bonhomme. The 5'11", 165 junior, he has 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns this season. Wide receivers, Chase Hansen, the 6', 145-pound junior, with 2 receiving TDs this year. Paxton Deal, the freshman, 5'9", 135 with 1 catch. Jackson Getty, the senior, who started to see a little more playing time in the last couple of weeks, 6'2", 180, but Blaze Frost will also be out there, in Caden, Montana. And in the line, starting on the offense now, Hayden Rogo, the sophomore, at 5'10", 160. He's at one guard. The other is Noah Baldwin, the 6'2", 190-pound sophomore. And the center is the freshman, Case Kolda, 5'8" and 185. And you may be wondering, well, what about Tyler Leiferman and also Nathaniel Nelson? Well, they'll see time on the offensive line. They do start for the Buffalo defense on their front line. Max Foth, in his 6th season as head coach of the Buffaloes, with a record of 24 and 25, assisted by Tate Gabriel, Damon Hofteaser, and Joey Fisher. Those are the Montana Dakota Utilities starting lineups for tonight. Now, time to tell you about the law on the field. That's brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. We'll come back and introduce tonight's officials when we return to Ole Williamson Field in 30 seconds here on KGFX. The officials for tonight's game are Carlisle Ellison, Eric Sander, Leif Bakken, John Latham, and Chet Anderson. The law on the field is brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. It is a pleasant evening, if you don't mind a little bit of wind. Right now, 72 degrees in Fort Pierre, 40% humidity, but a northwest wind that is steadily at 18 and at times has been a little bit stronger than that.
Chase Hansen. At receiver, a junior, number 7, Barrett Schweitzer.
And it just blew a piece of paper out of my hand. But anyway, it's something that it's, for the most part, a tailwind. So when the teams that go from our right to left, as we view it, from south to north, they'll have to deal with that. But the team that'll go from north to south, I should say. The team that goes from south to north is going to have to deal with it a little bit. So let's see if that affects either of these passing games. We remember last year, I told you it was a 50-36 game here. Dylan Marshall, well, he did a lot. Remember Dylan Marshall, who was a senior last year, at 255 yards rushing in that game, and who is now the quarterback, full-time Gavin Folkers, did complete 4 out of 5 passes in that game. Lineups have been introduced. Stanley County on their homecoming with their home purple tops with white numerals and the gold and white piping on the shoulders, with the gold pants with the purple and white piping on the sides, white helmet with that familiar Buffalo logo. White tops and pants for White River with the light purple numerals in black trim, and they come out with solid black helmets, and they come out for the coin toss. And we'll get this game going in just a bit. We're not too far from the Linz Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre opening kickoff, so let's hear from our good friends at Linz Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre. Then we'll let you know what happens in this coin toss and get this game started in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. we're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
White River has won the toss of the coin, and they are going to receive the football and move from, not surprisingly, our right to our left. So in this first quarter, right away, they are going to go with the wind and have the football first. So Stanley County will kick off in just a bit, and that's our Potsdam Agency State Farm pregame. Let's take one more 1-minute break, then we'll be ready to get going. Stanley County and White River, the action's in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Around his 15-yard line as this homecoming game for Stanley County gets underway. Line drive kick, wooden knife, takes it at his 12. He's right to his 15, to his 20. Comes up the middle, 25 of 30, and brought down around his own 33
Wooden knife with the
or 4-yard line by Cash Richardson. So not a bad return, and let's see how White River does things. Again, trying to improve themselves. 1-3, or 1-4, I should say. Their one win came over Bennett County. Spotted at White River's 33 as we get underway. So will we have the all sorts of offense we had last year or not? We'll see. Kevin Folkers is the quarterback. Fakes the handoff of the middle. Room for him. 35 at right guard. 38, 39, maybe close to the 40-yard line. Folkers faked that handoff to Wooden Knife and then just tore right up the middle. Spotted at the 39 for a gain of 6 and a good first down gain. Tyler Leiferman was the first one in on the play for Stanley County, but a 6-yard gain makes it 2nd and 4 White River. There were nearly 900 yards of offense in that game last year. Won by Stanley County 50-36. 2nd down and 4 White River from right to left with that wind at their 39. Wing right, they've got 3 different guys in the backfield along with the quarterback Folkers. Wooden Knife takes the handoff and Brock Zay brought him down right away.
Wooden Knife with the carry, brought down by Zay.
Wooden Knife is taken for a yard loss. That was a very good grab him by the hips tackle by Brock Zabe, setting up 3rd down and 5 for White River from their 38. We're just underway on this breezy, now fall night, on this first full day of fall. They don't have anybody wide. They have really a double wing to the right. It's an interesting formation. Folkers fakes the handoff, throws left, and it's out of the reach of Evanstein Wright and incomplete.
Folkers pass intended for
Wright's height didn't help him there because the pass was behind him.
Brings up 4th down for the Tigers.
And it's potentially 3 and out on the first possession of the game for the White River Tigers. Folkers is the punter too. Chase Hansen standing back at about his own 28-yard line. Folkers with a low pass. End over end kick, able to move it with the wind, but it went straight left on him and out of bounds inside the Stanley County 40-yard line. We'll see where it is spotted. They'll spot it right on the 30, still walking forward, 37-yard line. That's where it'll be
First and 10 at their
with 10:19 left in the first quarter. So Stanley County's defense does the job in the first possession. And high school football here on KGFX is brought to you by Yesway, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, First Dakota National Bank, and Sioux Nation. So what can Stanley County do now with their first possession? Remember their first drive last week. They ate up a lot of the first quarter clock, but it ended in a turnover. Two receivers right and one to the left for Brock Zabin Stanley County on 1st and 10 from their 37. And they hand it on a sweep to Hansen. Left side, 40 off one tackle, 42 or 3 before Wooden Knife brought him down.
Brought down by Wooden Knife.
But Hansen on a play that Stanley County has used quite a bit as they move that sweep around to the left side. That's a 6-yard gain on first down. 2nd and 4 from their 47. That's the 23rd time already this year that Chase Hansen has carried the ball. That's second most to Brady's 52 carries. 2nd and 4 from their 43 for Stanley County, and Noah Baldwin came out of his stance.
Flag on the play.
And yeah, that's an easy penalty to call. Noah may have forgotten the snap count. Stanley County, who had only the one penalty last week, is set back to their 38. So instead of 2nd and 4, it's now 2nd down and 9. 9:40 left first quarter. Handoff on a stretch to Brady, off a tackle, 40, back to the 43, so they just gained the 5 yards back. Colton Brady did, as Evestein Wright
brought down by Wooden Knife
made the hit.
And Bauman.
And it'll be 3rd down and about
Brings
4.
up 3rd and 4 for the Buffaloes.
Off of Brady's first carry of the game. So they're right back where they were a moment ago, except they've used a down. 3rd and 4 from their 43 for Stanley County. From left to right against the wind. Deal was to the right. 2 receivers. Well, make it 3 to the left. Empty backfield. Snap to Zabe. A little screen dropped or caught on the left side, and then he is dropped immediately for a little bit of a loss.
Zabe's pass to Schweitzer falls in.
Back at the 42. It did bounce on one hop to Schweitzer. It is an incomplete pass. So they were wondering whether that went backwards. They ruled that it did not, so it'll be 4th down here for Stanley County. Dio's in punt formation. Ryan Wooden Knife waits for it. Nose up spiral here, but it turned right on him, and it's out of bounds inside the White River 40-yard line with 8:41 left in the first quarter. Scoreless game, 3 and out for each team to start. And before White River starts again, let's pause for station identification.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Arrive alive, don't text and drive.
Mentioned it was homecoming this week.
White River will start at their 37 with
King,
their second
Gabriel, your queen.
possession. Scoreless game early on, as the senior Gavin Folkers leads his team from their 37, 1st and 10. In the pistol, takes the handoff, and is wrapped up at around the 35. There's Zabe again. Brock makes another good play. He made a good tackle on the first possession, helped out by Barrett Schweitzer, who has been all over the field on the defensive side of the ball, too. It's a loss of a yard back to the 36, and White River has 2nd down and 11. Their win came against Bennett County. White River, they lost to pretty good teams. Cadoga area, Jones County, they're both 2-2, and a Lyman and Wall. 2nd and 11, White River from their 36. Pistol again for Folkers, hands off to Wooden Knight, trying to move through right guard, and there's just not much there. He made it back to the line of scrimmage, but
Wooden Knight with the carry, tripped up by Brady.
There wasn't much more for him as Colton Brady put a hand on his ankle. Lost about a half yard, statistically no gain. Make it 3rd and 11 for White River from their 36. Neither team has a first down yet. Kendro Cuevas, again, one of those tall guys. He's 6'5". He's a receiver wide to the right. And Evestein White at 6'4" is wide to the left. For from the middle of the field. Snap back to Folkers. He rolls right, deflects traffic, tries to run away from Brady, who brings him down. He may have made it back to the line of scrimmage.
With the keeper.
Folkers could
down by Brady.
sense that Brady was about to bring him down, and he was able to scramble back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. And it's 4th down and 11. It'll be punt formation again for White River. So talk about a game played in between the 20s. This one's in between the 30s so far. It's passed back to Folker, and it is taken at his 25 by Hansen to the 30, to the 35-yard line. Block for and spins out of 1, tackle 40. He's near the 45-yard line. Good return by Hansen.
Punt is returned by Hansen, forced out of bounds by Wooden Knife.
Wooden Knife was able to stop the play.
Stanley County takes over 1st and 10 on their 44-yard line.
That's a 19-yard return for Hansen. 6:45 first quarter. There's no score. White River and Stanley County still looking for the first down of this game, much less points. In high school football on KGFX is brought to you by Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, and Access Health, Fort Pierre. A face mask is called against White River, so they'll tack that on to the end of the run back. Is it 5 or 15? That delineation is still made at the high school and college level. It will be this is a big one. This is 15-yarder. So there's White River's first penalty, and it's a big one to really help out the field position for Stanley County. In fact, they're all the way to the 42-yard line of White River. 1st and 10. Stanley County starts in White River territory and hand it off. Schweitzer around right in 40. Has room on the right side at the hash. 35, 30, 25. Down near the 20. Big gain and a first down for Barrett Schweitzer.
Schweitzer with the carry. Brought down by Watson. And
Schweitzer able to have a big run there.
1st and 10 Buffaloes at the Tiger 20-yard line.
To the 20-yard line. Gunnar Watson was the one that finally brought him. That's a 22-yard run for Barrett Schweitzer. 1st and 10 at the White River 20. Toss left to Brady. Has a Schweitzer block. 15. Cuts left at the 10. Near the pylon at the corner of the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Buffalo!
Colton Brady has his third rushing touchdown of the season. Brady with a 20-yard run. What a block Barrett Schweitzer gave him, too. And Stanley County, helped by the face mask penalty, has taken only 2 plays on their second possession to score and break the ice here on this homecoming night. Brady can kick, and they'll bring the tee out. Hansen, the holder, didn't have a lot of time to snap this ball. Schweitzer will snap it. Brady is 2 for 3 this season. Snap a little high. The kick is low, and it's no good. But Stanley County has the lead, and we'll take a break. 6:10 left first quarter. Stanley County now leads White River 6-0. We're back in 1 minute. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Tyler Leiferman will kick off from left to right for the Buffs. 6:10 left in the first quarter. A 6-0 Stanley County lead. Tyler gives it the boot and wooden knife. Takes it in back at his 19-yard line. Left to the 20, 25. Off one tackle, then another 30, and then he is rudely hit by Noah Baldwin about at his own 31-yard line. 2 plays, 42 yards, and both running plays. First, the 22-yard run by Barrett Schweitzer, and then the 20-yard touchdown run by Colton Brady, and that's the scoring drive. Took 35 seconds. Extra point missed. Stanley County does lead 6-0. We now have 6:05 left in the first quarter. Spot that at the, well, they'll spot it in a moment. After a football, another one is put in place. It's at the 32, and that's where White River begins with their third possession. They are still trying for their first down. Gavin Folkers, the quarterback, in the shotgun formation, fakes that handoff, runs up the middle to his 35 and forward to about his 36 or 7.
Folkers with the carry, brought down by Zeeb.
Again, it was Brock Zabe who is putting his nose around the football on the defensive side already quite a bit. 4-yard gain. White River has only gone to the air one time with Folkers, a pass that was behind right. Let's see what they do on 2nd down and 6 from their 36. From right to left, again with a pretty good northwest wind, 18 to 20 miles per hour. Folkers again in that shotgun. And again, same play. Fake it to Wooden Knife around right end 35 of 40, 42. That's first down. In fact, he's made it to his own 43-yard line. So Folkers
with the carry, brought down by Leiferman and Brady.
With a good fake. Tyler Leiferman, Colton Brady able to stop him, but not until he gained 7 more yards to the White River 43. And there is the first down of the game for White River. Next Friday night, Stanley County goes to Timberlake to take on a good Panther team. 6:30 next Friday here on KGFX. White River 1st and 10 from their 43. Again, the same formation where they really have a double wing behind the tight end on the right. There's nobody wide. Snap to Folkers, fakes the handoff, rolls left, Baldwin's chasing him, breaks away from him. He's tripped up and then put the ball forward, but he was down before he flipped the ball out of his hand. So Brock Zabe again. He has already been on several plays, and now Brock has a sack.
Second and long.
The loss, that's 10 yards all the way back to the White River 33. And Mr. Zabe has gone on go on the defensive end of the field tonight. From their 33, White River facing 2nd and long. In fact, it's 2nd and 20, so let's see if they go to the air again. It's the look of it with Cuevas wide to the right and Evanstein right wide to the left. Let's look by Stanley County. Shotgun again, flag down as the
flag on the play.
Ball was snapped. White River's had one penalty, a face mask that helped Stanley County, and this one is certainly going to be on the Tigers. No, it is not. Offside. I beg your pardon. It is Stanley County. They must have lined up offside. That was why the play was stopped. So 5 free yards for White River on the second penalty for Stanley County. Forward to their 38, so now it's 2nd down and a little better for White River. 2nd and 15. Same formation. Cuevas wide right. Right is wide to the left. Shotgun. It's back to Folkers. Throw left. This one is caught by right. 41, 45 down to his 46.
Is complete to right.
As both Weston Prince and Brock Zabe were there to stop him. But the gain is to the White River 46. And again, you hear that wind. It remains strong. Gain was 8. That makes it 3rd and 7 for White River from their 46. Had their first down in their last possession. 7 needed here. They need the Stanley County 47. One receiver each way. Snap back to Folkers. Here comes some pressure from Getty. Folkers scrambles right, throws right, knocked down, almost intercepted. It's incomplete. Almost taken in by Paxton Deal. In fact, it was Wright who had to knock it out of his hand. Wright really became the defender there. Stanley County has already had 6 interceptions this season, and they were very close to a 7th. So again, White River, let's see if they set up an offensive formation. They very well may, even though they need 7 yards for the first down. Folkers is the punter, so don't forget that they could quick kick if they wanted to also, but they're in an offensive formation. Again, Cuevas to the left, wide side to the right. And on 4th down and 7, they will snap it. Back to Folkers. And he throws it long right, going for the tall guy, Cuevas. And in between 2 defenders, he made that catch, whereas Stanley County picked it off. There's no signal. There's the ball's out of the hands. There hasn't been a signal made either way. Guys, somebody has to tell us who has the football. White River, what a catch by Cuevas. He was in between 2 defenders and took it away from each of them. The officials did have to confer to make sure, hey, the White River guy catch the ball, and he did. In fact, it's all the way to the 31-yard line of Stanley County. That's
Can we please get the following people close to the 50-yard line, but not on the field? I need Tina Titsi, Sean Leafgreen, and Dylan Hansen.
That is a big gain, a 23-yard gain on 4th down. Stanley County sees White River in their territory for the first time. 1st and 10 at the Buffs 31. Folkers. Shotgun again, and faked it, but Stanley County waits for him. Brady with a hand on him first. He fell forward for a couple. Hansen finishes
with the takedown.
The play off. And maybe a half yard at the very most. They'll put it right on the 30-yard line, statistically give him 1. 2:24 first quarter. Stanley County's on top of this game by a score of 6-0 on a touchdown run by Colton Brady, but White River's driving. Big 4th down conversion a moment ago. 2nd down, 9, White River at the Stanley County 30. Folkers beside him in the backfield is Wooden Knife. Faked a Wooden Knife. And again, Folkers looks for room, 25, near that 20-yard line. Nathaniel Nelson with a hand on him, but
by Nelson and others.
Folkers with that first step shows not bad speed. It is down
3rd and short
near the 22-yard line. It's only about a half yard to go. 3rd down and about a half yard, so White River in a good position here in Stanley County's territory, and really only needing a half yard, and they've basically got 2 plays now in which to gain it. Taking a long time in this huddle. Not much time to snap the ball, down to 5 seconds to 4 to 3. 1:19 in the first. 2-1. They didn't snap the ball in time. They really took their time coming out of that huddle. The back judge had the count on, and instead of 3rd down and a half yard, it's 3rd down about 5.5. Well, let's see if that penalty cost White River. And that is just not enough urgency at all right there. 2nd penalty on White River. So they're 3rd down, back at around their 25-yard line, 3rd down and 5. Again, it was a half yard. Really, it's about 5.5 now. Let's see if it makes any difference for White River. Double wing to the left here. Snap to Folkers, throw on the right side. Cuevas makes the catch inside the 20, and he is taken back.
Folkers' pass is complete to Cuevas,
outside
brought down by Schweitzer.
The 20-yard line by Barrett Schweitzer. Now, Cuevas curled back. He had 1st down yardage when he caught the football, but then circled back to try to move back forward, and now it is not a 1st down. It is 4th down and about 2. And White River, obviously, in this end of the field, is going to keep their offense out there. Down to 38 seconds in the first quarter. Stanley County is up 6-0, but White River is driving. 4th down conversion with a pass play. Help this drive along. Again, not a whole lot of time to snap it. 4th down and a couple. Snap is back. to Folkers. He throws left. Open is Martin at the 20. He has the first down. Breaks away from a tackle down to the 13-yard line.
Pass is complete to Martin. Brought down by Hansen.
Finally, Chase Hansen did bring him down, but a big catch there by Wright. Evestein Wright.
Excuse me, that was Wright with the catch.
For Hansen brought him down. And that is at the 14-yard line of Stanley County, and that's where White River will have it. When the second quarter begins, there's still 7 seconds left, but they're all standing on the sideline. So at the end of one, on the White Auto scoreboard here at Only Williamson Field, at Stanley County 6, White River nothing, but the Tigers are driving. It is Wagner Auto, and it's the one place to go. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute here on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
He leads 6-0 over White River as the second quarter begins, but White River has put together a good drive here. They started back at their own 32, and now they're at Stanley County's 14, 1st and 10. This is the 11th play of this drive coming up. White River with 58 yards of offense in the first quarter, Stanley County 53. All on the ground, White River 14 rushing and 44 passing. White River with one more first down, 3-2. White River only with the ball for 3.5 minutes, but they're doing well on this drive. 1st and 10 at Stanley County's 14th. Ninth man, Kendro Cuevas, just comes onto the field and lines up as a tight end to the right. They're at the left hash wide side to the right. Nobody is wide, and that means Folkers is probably going to run, and he does at left guard to the 12, 11, maybe the 10.
Folkers with the carry.
Part of the line, and of course,
brought down by Getty.
He goes behind Jace Hutchinson, the 290-pounder. He gives him a pretty good push. Jackson Getty made the stop, but the gain is 4. It is down to the 10-yard line of Stanley County. Touchdown run of 20 yards by Colton Brady for the game's only point so far. Stanley County leads 6-0. 2nd and 6 for White River at Stanley County's 10-yard line. Again, nobody wide, and the shotgun for Folkers. Fake the handoff, trying to cut around right, and he has room if he can turn the corner, but Zabe makes sure he doesn't again. Once again, Brock Zabe is there to make another solid defensive play. And he made it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Oh, if he had been able to turn that corner, he would have had 6 points. Jackson Getty helped out Zabe. So it is 3rd down and 6. White River at the Stanley County 10. They haven't converted a 3rd down yet. They're 0 for 4. They did convert a 4th down. 13th play of this White River drive is a handoff to Wooden Knife. Breaks the tackle 5 and is into the end zone. Touchdown. Ryan Wooden Knife has scored to tie the game. To end a very good drive for the White River Tigers. And now they have the chance to take the lead with a conversion. A 68-yard drive in 13 plays. Remember the big 4th down pass. Help make the drive go. It is the offense staying on the field as White River will go for 2. Now the 2 on the wing. Bowman and Ethan Watson are to the left. Snap back to Folkers. Fakes the handoff. Pressure coming. Throws on the right side. Cuevas reaches up to catch it. There comes his 6'5" frame to his advantage, and he has the two-point conversion to give White River the lead. 10:38 left first half. We'll take a break. Here at Ole Williamson Field now, White River 8, Stanley County 6. Back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
What a drive by White River to take the lead, and they'll have Gavin Folkers kicking off. Chase Hansen and Barrett Schweitzer are waiting. Back at around their 6, but it's a squib kick, and it'll be fallen upon by Colton Brady at his 35.
Folkers' kick is fallen on by Brady. Buffaloes will start 1st and 10 at their 34-yard line.
So Stanley County will have it there, make it the 34-yard line, actually. Scotty Vanden Hemmel's keeping me alert. Goodness knows Scotty can, and someone needs to. But yeah, the big play in that drive, it's 13 plays, 68 yards, 732. The 4th down completion from Folkers to Cuevas. Big 23-yard gain helped the drive going. Well, here's Stanley County with Brock Zay. 1st and 10 from their 34. Stretch handoff. No, it's a fake to Brady. On a roll right and a throw right. And it is caught. Blaze Frost. 40. Midfield. 40 is White River breaks away. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Blaze Frost. The sophomore has his 4th catch of the year. His first for a touchdown. And that is a 66-yard play to put Stanley County right back in the lead. And Frost broke 1 tackle, and that was all she wrote. Except one of the officials are talking to 2 White River players about something here. Is there a flag down somewhere out there? I don't see one. The officials are talking something over here. And I don't quite know what. Let's hang on here. But Blaze Frost, the sophomore, 5'10", 155, and he showed some speed, but now the players are walking back toward midfield. I still don't see a flag. Is there a flag? There is. We haven't gotten a signal on what it is. Now we do.
We have a flag on the play.
We haven't given a complete signal on this yet. Well, pardon the confusion. The points are on the board. And, well, Stanley County's bringing the point after kick unit out there.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's an unsportsmanlike conduct against
the
Stanley
Buffalo.
County, so they'll assess that on the kickoff. The touchdown does count.
Points are good. Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So a big play, one play, the 66-yarder from
I forgot to announce
Zabe.
the yard line winner at the end of the third quarter. It was on the 14-yard line on the south end of the field.
So Colton Brady,
and
who
everybody had that.
missed the extra point
No
the first
winner at the
time,
end
will
of the
try
first
again.
quarter.
Barrett Schweitzer is the deep snapper. The holder is Chase Hansen.
Yes, thank you.
As soon as everyone's ready. So something was said that shouldn't have been, apparently, and the penalty will be, as we say, enforced on the kickoff against Stanley County. Which won't help, and again, the wind isn't quite what it was earlier, but the kick is going to come back from the 25 into the wind. But first, the extra point here by Colton Brady to try to make it a 5-point Stanley County lead. It's on the way, and this one's good. Let's take a break. 10:24 left, first half. Good one here at Only Williamson Field. Stanley County 13, White River 8. Back in 1 minute. 1060, 103.1. KGFX.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
So again, with the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, Stanley County will have to kick off from their 25-yard line. It'll be Tyler Leiferman to do it. So the field position may not be too bad here for White River. In fact, Ryan Woodenknife is standing on his 25. So yeah, we had a 50-36 Stanley County win last year. Could we be headed to that sort of game again? We've seen big plays again as we did a year ago. Leiferman ready to boot it for Stanley County. Given the signal. And here we go. Line drive. Woodenknife back to his 26, right to the 30, 35, his 40. Cuts back left, 45, midfield, spins out of another tackle, and finally brought down in Stanley County territory at the 45. Good return for Raya Woodenknife. All the way into Stanley County's end.
With the return brought down by Hansen and others.
Chase Hansen with the stop spot
Tigers
that.
Start first and 10 at their 34-yard line.
In between the 46 and 45, call it the Stanley County 45-yard line. So White River starting in Stanley County's end of the field, trailing 13-8, 10-15 left in the first half. In what's shaping up to be another entertaining game between these teams. Quarterback is Gavin Folkers for White River. Right hash wide side left. Again, that fake, and up the middle goes Folkers on the keeper, 42, before Schweitzer another push him back. But a good game, about 3.
Carry brought down by Schweitzer and others.
It's already the 11th carry for Gavin Folkers. And I think some words are still being said. Back of the ball in the 43, give him a couple, and it's second down and 8. So a lot of spirit going on here with two teams that want to win. Someone will have their second win of the season out of this game tonight. Second down, a little less than 8 at their own 40 at the Stanley County 43 for White River. At double wings on the left. Folkers in the shotgun, hands it to Woodenknife this time. Trying to cut left, misses one tackle, 40, left sideline 35, and brought down by Hansen, but it looks like he has a first down for White River. And Woodenknife was able to turn that corner and make a nice cut up field, but there is a flag down, and it's against White River, so this play's coming back. Looks like it's going to wipe out a first down run. The line of scrimmage was the Stanley County 43. White River is called here for a hold. And this will set the Tigers back to their own 47. So instead of a first down, now it is second down and 18.
There was a flag on the play, holding against the Tigers.
Woodenknife and right this time are to the left. Cuevas to the right. Second down 18 from their 47-yard line for White River. Trailing Stanley County 13-8. Clock runs again. 9:13 to go in the first half, and we're glad to have you with us. Folkers from the shotgun takes the snap. Receivers go. Throw down the middle. This is caught. This is right at midfield. Cuts right. 45, 44. Trying to bring him down and finally doing so is Schweitzer. Barrett brings him down at the 44-yard line of Stanley County. But again, here's the deal. Wright is 6'4". Schweitzer is 5'7". It was all he could to try to grab him to bring him down. 9-yard gain, so it's 3rd down and 9 for White River at the Stanley County 44. They're 1 of 5 on 3rd down. 8:28 first half. 13-8 Stanley County, White Rivers football. Snap back to Folkers. Schweitzer with a blitz. They pick it up. Pass deflected. Caught on the right side by Cuevas at the 38 on the right sideline right below us. That's not enough for the first down.
Forced out of bounds by Deal.
The hit was made by the freshman Paxton Deal. But it's 4th down, and White River still needs a little less than 3 yards. They'll certainly go for it here with 8:18 left in the first half. 13-8 Stanley County. Brady with a touchdown run. Zabe a touchdown pass to Frost. Wooden Knife a touchdown run for White River. 4th and 3 for White River. Stanley County's 38. Wide side left. From the right hash. Folkers scrambles, throws right. Goes for Cuevas. Another catch. 20-yard line. Breaks out of a tackle. 10. Breaks another tackle. And Schweitzer finally brings him down near the 5.
Forced out of bounds.
Another big 4th down pass. This one
for the Tigers
is to Kendall Cuevas. And White River comes right back. They are in business at the 5-yard line of Stanley County. That's a 33-yard gain. So they've had a 23-yard pass play on 1 4th down. That one was 33 yards. And Folkers is now 7 of 9, 92 yards passing so far. 1st and goal, White River at the Stanley County 5, trying to regain the lead. SC leads 13-8, 4.5 minutes gone in the second quarter. And off that quarterback keeper, fake that handoff, and who got him again? Yeah, it's Brock Zabe for a little bit of a play back to the line of scrimmage, so it's no gain. But again, Stanley County, that's looking at the film and seeing that they run this play a lot with Folkers. But from the start, Zabe has been there on him. 2nd and goal, White River at Stanley County's 5-yard line. Wright is a tight end to the left. Cuevas a tight end to the right. Double wing. Keegan Bowman and Ethan Watson to the left. Riot Wooden Knife in the backfield beside quarterback Gavin Folkers, who takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws right. Cuevas catches right side of the end zone. Touchdown, White River, and the Tigers lead again.
The attempt is good.
So after the slow start, now the sides are scoring at will. 6:53 left in the first half. Folkers
White River, that was a touchdown.
With the lead again at 14-13.
I'm new here.
Here is the 2-point conversion try. I could give Scotty Vanden Himmel the toughest time right now, but he's a good guy, so I won't do it. I won't do it. Hey, they're going to run the swinging gate here before this 2-point conversion. Well, no, not a swinging gate. They just line up left of the left hash, and now a roll right by Folkers for the right side. This one's caught. This is Keegan Bowman who makes the 2-point catch. And it's another 8-point play for White River. Let's take another break. 6:53 first half. A good one here. White River's back in front. 16-13 over Stanley County, and we're back in 1 minute. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Your Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Well, again, Stanley County has been given an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on a kickoff. So now White River with Folkers is kicking from the Stanley County 45 against the wind. Comes in a couple of hops. Schweitzer's going to let this go into the end zone for a touchback. So Stanley County will start from their 20, and remember, it was the unsportsmanlike conduct after Stanley County's touchdown that had Stanley County kick off from their 25 and made sure that drive for White River was only 45 yards in 6 plays. Now, because of another Stanley County unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, the touchback on the kickoff, and Stanley County must start from their 20. Trailing White River 16-13, 6:52 in what's become an entertaining first half at Ole Williamson Field. Deals the man in motion, counterplay, Brady left side 25. Ooh, he nearly cut it up across the 27. Good play by Ryan Woodenknife to bring him down. Boy, Brady almost really cut that through the B gap for a huge gainer. He gained
6 on the play, brings up 2nd and 4 for the
7 yards
Buffaloes.
anyway. First carry since his touchdown. 2nd down 3, Stanley County from their 27. 6:24 in the first half. 16-13, White River is back in the lead. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Deal again in motion from right to left. Fake it to Zabe, handed to Brady. Up to no first down. 30-35, tackle broken. He's down at the 40. He fell forward after a tackle that time by Haston Woodenknife. But Brady has the first down to his 40, 13 more yards.
Play results in a first down for the Buffaloes.
For the 5th first down of this game for White River, Stanley County has 4. So we've seen 3 lead changes now in this game. White River with it back, a 16-13 lead. And their quarterback, Evan Folkers, having a good night, 21 yards rushing, but 8 of 10, 97 passing. Brock Zabe and Stanley County have it 1st and 10 right here from their 40, from right to left with the win. Zabe fakes the handoff, throws long left. He wants Hansen, but overthrew him at the 28. I think that ball got caught up in the jet stream a little bit. Hansen had beaten Riley Bowman by a couple of steps, but the pass was about 4 yards beyond Hansen's reach, and on top of all that, we have a flag down. It's on
against the Buffaloes.
Stanley County for a hold. So White River will certainly take this, you would imagine, and yep, indeed. Spencer Blum says, yeah, push him back. 5 penalties now on Stanley County for 50 yards. They're back to their 30. And it'll be 1st down and 20. Left hash, wide side to the right. From right to left in a stacks deal. Now he's in motion from left to right. Handed to Brady up the middle on a draw play. 2 is 35 for 5.
Brady with the carry.
Haston
brought down by
Woodenknife again in on that play. So 5 yards of it back, and it's 2nd down and 15 for Stanley County. Who've outgained White River 144 to 127, but this is only going to be the 10th snap of the ball for Stanley County. White River's run 25 plays. 2nd and 15 from their 35 for Stanley County. 5 minutes left in the half. White River leads 16-13. Trips to the left and 1 to the right. From about the middle of the field, Zabe in the shotgun. A pitch right to Brady. Around the right corner, 40. Here comes another flag, 45. Midfield, he would have a first down, but this may be coming back.
Flag on the play, holding against the Buffaloes.
Another holding penalty on Stanley County. That wipes out a first down run. Well, the play had made it all the way to the 49-yard line of White River. One more than they needed, but forget it because of another Stanley County holding penalty. This is going to be the 6th penalty for, well, at least 60 yards on Stanley County. Line of scrimmage was the 25, not quite
very long for the
10 yards. They'll bring it back to their 27, and that'll make it second down and 23. Brady is the man in motion this time. That wiped out a first down play. 6 penalties on Stanley County. Ooh, low snap. Zabe's able to take it. Screen left. Hansen hit, knocked out of his hands, and picked up by Schweitzer. He had it knocked out, but picked it up again. Keeps running to the 40, to the midfield stripe. 45 of White River, 40. Cuts back left, 40 and down to the 35. What a nutty play that was. I guess they ruled Hansen had it long enough. The hit knocked the ball out of his hands. It came on a hop to Schweitzer. You give him the reception, as it turns out, and the play is all the way. Well, you give Hansen the reception, but the fumble, and it stays with Stanley County. Well, what a weirdo play that was. This one is all the way to the 36-yard line of White River. A strange one there. Hand off to Brady. Left guard, 30. Tackle spun out of, 25. Another first down to the White River 23. Brady with another good run. Gunnar Watson was finally the one
Brady with the carry
to bring him down.
Watson and Folkers. Play results in a first down for the Buffaloes. 1st and 10 at the Tiger 23-yard line.
13 more for Brady, who's up to 7. 63 yards on 6 carries. He does have a touchdown. 1st and 10 Stanley County. White River 23. 16-13 White River leading SC. 3:33 in a first half where if you blink, you miss something. Zabe is under center this time. Hansen on a wing to the right. Long stretched out I backfield. Zabe with a long count, and he hands it off to Brady and hit at the line of scrimmage, but forward maybe for a couple.
Brady with the carry, brought down by Wooden Knife.
Bryant Wooden Knife.
3-yard gain.
Stop him.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Knows the ball is on the White River 20, so it's a gain of 3. Stanley County, well, the offense is putting up the yards. 197 now in this first half. They've averaged over 10 yards a carry on their 9 rushes. They have 94 yards on the ground. They're 2nd and 7 at White River's 20. 2:45 first half. White River 16, Stanley County 13. Hansen in a slot left, running out of the eye again. Schweitzer dotted by Brady. Zabe again under center. Pitch left to Colton Brady at the 20, and it takes a White River tackler with him a couple of 3 yards. That tackler is Riley Bowman.
Brought down by Bowman. Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Buffaloes.
And that is to the 18-yard line of White River. Gain of 2 makes 3rd down and 5. Only 1 third down try so far for Stanley County. They did not convert it. Make it the 17, so make it 3rd down and 4. Both teams with all their timeouts left. Minute 50 in the first half. White River 16, Stanley County 13. SC is 3rd and 4 from the White River 17. Counterplay Brady, big hole at right guard. 15, first down. He is near the 10.
Brady with the carry.
Just a really good
brought down by Bowman.
Cross-buck play. Bowman in on that play, but a whole lot of room right there.
Brings up 1st and 10 Buffaloes at
for
the
Brady.
Tiger 11-yard line.
And that one is just outside the 10-yard line. Call it the 11. So Stanley County can make a first down without scoring. It is 1st and 10. 1:38 first half. 16-13 White River, but Stanley County driving and trying to regain the lead. Jackson Getty is wide to the right. Deal and Hansen to the left. Hansen now in motion from left to right. And they hand it to Brady. At right guard, 10, 8, 7 or so before
Brady
he's
with the carry, brought down by Woodenknife.
brought down with an ankle tackle by Ryan Woodenknife. Still not a timeout here used by Stanley County. Make that at around the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 5. Clock continues to run. We're down to a minute left in the first half. I'm surprised Max Foth has not used one of his timeouts by this point. But he has not. 53 seconds as they come out of the huddle. 2nd down and 5 of the White River 6 for Stanley County. Down 3. Running out of the eye again. Zabe is under center. Hansen, he is a slot right. Hand it to Brady, no fake, and a roll right by Zabe to the end zone. Touchdown, wide open, Blaze Frost.
Touchdown, Buffalo. Zabe to Frost for 6.
Blaze Frost has his 2nd touchdown reception, a great play fake, and left no one near Blaze Frost with 37 seconds left in the first half. Well, they haven't left White River with a lot of time, have they? And now Stanley County is back in front by a score of 19-16. And Colton Brady will try to make the lead 4. And nobody said anything this time, at least not after the touchdown. Chase Hansen's the holder. Barrett Schweitzer will snap it back as Stanley County looks for a 4-point lead. Snap good, hold good. The kick, however, takes a turn left, and Brady misses. We'll take a 30-second break with 37 seconds left in the first half of this good one. Stanley County 19, White River 16, back to Ole Williamson Field in 30 here on KGFX.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Fort Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Buffaloes!
Of the track that's over by the pool.
Well, Stanley County, that was an 80-yard scoring drive in 10 plays, and they took over half of the third quarter, 6 minutes and 16 seconds. They have left White River only 37 seconds before this kickoff. So they didn't use their timeouts, but
in case you're curious of who you are, Abby Wiley,
they
Aaliyah Schilling,
ended up,
Nate Nelson,
at least
Preston
for the moment,
Rondo,
working out very well
Max
for them.
Scott,
Leiferman will
Corey
kick.
Gabriel, and Colt Norman.
Ryan Woodenknife is standing back at his 20. So White River won't have a whole lot of time here, and you would imagine they will put it in the air. Down now 19-16. Wind has really died down now. It's not the factor that it was earlier. Leiferman will kick from right to left. End-over-end kick. Woodenknife runs up on it at his 23. Left hash, 25. Cuts right, 30, 35, 40-yard line. Spun down by Noah Baldwin at his 42.
Woodenknife returns
So now only 29 seconds for White River to do something. Now another flag to check out. We've already had quite a few penalties in this first half. 6 on Stanley County. This one, however, is on White River for a block in the back. So the field position won't be quite so good for White River. They will walk this off, and White River will be forced back to their 28-yard line. So that's where the drive will begin for
halftime. Concession stand is open.
White River with all 3 of their timeouts. 29 seconds left. 19-16 Stanley County. White River is 1st and 10 from their 28. Receivers split each way, those tall guys. Cuevas and right. Folkers throws left. Little underthrown and bobbled and incomplete. He was going for Evestein right.
Falls incomplete.
But it came to the 6'4 junior on one hop. Clock stop with 25 seconds left in the first half. It's 2nd down and 10. Folkers passing is now 8 of 11, 97 yards. He did have the touchdown pass to Kendro Cuevas. 2nd and 10 for White River from their 28. Now nobody's wide, and a low snap came down a hop to Folkers, rolls right, gets away from Baldwin's pressure, and just throws the football away. That's all he could do there because Baldwin was step for step with him. Clock stop with 19 seconds left in the first half. And it's 3rd and 10 from White River, for White River from their 28. And Stanley County knows that they can make another stop here, a chance for them, not with many seconds left, but to have the football back. They do have a 19-16 lead. Halftime, we'll have stats from this first half. We'll have other scores for you, too, so please stay here with us. 3rd and 10, White River from their 28. And Folkers drops the snap and takes a knee. That's a good idea, although that will allow Stanley County to use a timeout. And we'll take the Agtegra timeout with 12 seconds to go in the first half. Stanley County leading White River 19-16. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Back in 30 seconds for White River's 4th down play here on KGFX. Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The Paint Store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. The Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
And an even bigger thank you to the track parents who showed up today. And
3 seconds were put back on the clock, so now 15 seconds left. The loss was 5 for White River, back to their 23, so it's 4th down and 15. And Stanley County, they have a chance to have their hands on the ball one more time before this first half ends. Late first half touchdown has them in front again by a score of 19-16. Nobody's deep here. As Folkers, remember, is the punter, and he will just kick it away. Now they do send Hansen deep, and he takes it on a hop back at his 39, 40, and spun out of bounds by Wooden Knife at his 42. Still 7 seconds left in the first half. So 1 play and maybe 2.
Stanley County takes over first
for
and 10
Stanley
at their
County.
42-yard line.
With 7 seconds to
Also
go.
a big thank you to Coca-Cola who supplied all the soda today.
In this first half.
For the
And it has been an interesting one. We've seen the lead change hands now 4 times.
Thank you.
So from their 43, that's where they'll spot it. Stanley County is 1st and 10. 7 seconds left in the half. Again, the possibility of 2 plays, but more than likely 1. You would imagine they'll send them long. Getty is to the left. Deal is to the right. 2 receivers to the right. Hansen's over there in a slot, and Schweitzer on a slot to the left, so 4 receivers. Now Hansen moves to the left and makes it trips to the left side. The wide side is to the right. Low snap. Zabe's just able to take it and run. They won't do anything big here unless Zabe has a big run. 50, left side 40, and he's knocked down at the 35-yard line of Stanley County. So it is a first down and a good run by Zabe. Ryan Woodenknife knocked him down. That's how the first half comes to an end. A first half that saw Stanley County score first. White River come right back. Stanley County come back. White River come back. Stanley County come back. We've had 4 lead changes in a good first half. Halftime at Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre on the Wegner Auto scoreboard. And it's the Stanley County Buffaloes 19 and the White River Tigers 16. Wegner Auto is South Dakota's oldest auto dealer. They've been in Pierre since 1908. Take a 3-minute break, then we will come back and run down what happened in this first half and look at other scores too. Back in 3 minutes with our halftime from Ole Williamson Field in Fort Pierre. This is high school football. We're at the KGFX page, of course, the DRG News app and at drgnews.com. You can watch it. Brought to you by Bauman Lumber. And we're here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Do you want to join one of the oldest established organizations in Fort Pierre? Perhaps you are more interested in protecting the future. Whatever your position, the Fort Pierre Volunteer Fire Department is for you. We are responsible for fire protection in Fort Pierre and Stanley County. Become part of this amazing team by stopping down at the fire hall and discussing enrollment. We are not just limited to adults, as we have a new cadet program for students ages 14 to 18. For more information, click on our banner ad on the homepage. From everyone at the fire hall, go Buffs!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Did we ever? Stanley County is leading White River at the half by a score of 19-16. I'm David Burrow. Our studio coordinator is Trinity Pearson. And playing a little under the weather, but she's still gutting it out for us. Brian Menning taking care of the video. Remember, you can watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and at the DRG News app. And that is brought to you by Bauman Lumber. Offense has had a little trouble at the start of this game, but then Stanley County struck first just about midway through the first quarter on a 20-yard touchdown run by Colton Brady on a short drive, a 42-yard drive, thanks to a penalty. Extra point missed, and Stanley County led 6-0. But then White River had it 68 yards and 13 plays on their next possession, and early in the second quarter, Ryan Woodenknife with a 10-yard touchdown run. White River went for two and made it and took an 8-6 lead, but it took Stanley County one play to grab the lead back on a 66-yard touchdown pass from Brock Zabe to Blaze Frost. Extra point good, 13-8. Stanley County back in front, but then White River, helped by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, needed only a 45-yard drive to come right back and score and lead again. The last 5 yards on a Gavin Folkers pass to Kendrell Cuevas, and then the two-point conversion good, and White River led by a score of 16-13. But then the next Stanley County possession, they took most of the rest of the second quarter. over 6 minutes, in fact, with an 80-yard 10-play drive, and it was Zabe to Frost at the end of it again, this time for 6 yards. Extra point no good, so it is Stanley County leading 19-16 at the half. And what a first half of offense for Stanley County. On only 17 snaps of the ball, they have gained 239 yards. That's over 14 yards a play. White River, 122 yards, 130 yards rushing, 109 passing for Stanley County, 25 yards rushing and 97 passing for White River. Stanley County has 9 first downs to White River's 5. There have been some penalties, 6 on Stanley County for 58 yards, 4 for 40 yards for White River. White River 1 of 7 on third down, but 3 of 3 on fourth down. 2 of those conversions led to scores. White River 2 of 2 in the red zone, both touchdowns. Stanley County 1 of 2 on third down. Haven't been to fourth down yet. 1 of 1 in the red zone with a touchdown. 1 sack, and that was by Stanley County. Time of possession, well in favor of White River, 15-10 to 8:50, even though Stanley County, I don't think that's right, actually, because Stanley County had the 6.5-minute drive in the second quarter. But anyway, it is Stanley County in front where it matters most on the scoreboard. 19-16, Stanley County leading White River at the half. And these are two teams that are on the outside looking in the C point standings right now. So it's an important game for both. Well, as we start to look at the scoreboard, we started with a most interesting score from Watertown. The Pierre Governors are being given all they want by the Watertown Arrows, but the Govs have just taken the lead back. 19-13, Pierre leads Watertown with 4 minutes left in the first half. Brian Oakland has that action on River 92-7. The Governors were a little worried about Juven Hudson, the fine running back for the Arrows and the Governors, and it field's a little wet. They've had some rain up there in Watertown today. Interesting one on River 92-7. Got some more scores to tell you about, but let's take care of a little bit of other business first and pause for station identification.
Driven by the FX Pier, rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Eyes on the road, not on your phone.
Chamberlain on the road in 11A, trailing at Sioux Falls Christian at the half. That's a 35-0 score. That's in 11A. In 11B tonight, Miller Highmore Herald having a good night, trying to stop their 4-game losing streak, and they're leading the Hill City Rangers at the half at Bob Schroeder Field 28-0 on Miller Highmore Herald's homecoming. And Darren Boyle has that one, 94.5, 100.5 KPLO. Mulbridge Pollock trying to break their 2-game losing streak at home. They're trailing Clark Willowlake 18-16 with 3 minutes left in the first half. That is on Star 99 in Mulbridge. Okay, to 9-man football. Let's see what's going on there. And Gregory, top-ranked team in 9A, leading at Kimball White Lake, but only by 6-0. That game has reached halftime, so the Wildcats playing well. Platte Gaddis at home, but running into that good Bonhomme team that the Buffaloes saw last week, and it's all Bonhomme, 35-6. That game's at halftime. Big game in Wall tonight, and a battle of unbeaten's. Wall Eagles are leading Lyman. It is 14-6 for Wall. They have played 1 quarter there. Also in other Central South Dakota schools in 9-man football tonight. Well, got to tell you about the big game that's going on in Oneida, if we can. That is between, speaking of unbeaten, Harriet Selby area and Sully Buttes, and it's Wolverines on top. 24-6, Harriet Selby area leads Sully Buttes at the half. That game with Dave Williams at 100.7 KMLO. Kadoka area all over Jones County. That one is in Kadoka, 36-0. The Cougars lead the Coyotes just before halftime in that game. And many other games going on the scene. Phillip is at home to New Underwood. Timberlake, of course, the Buffs go to Timberlake next Friday, and they're in Faith tonight to meet the Longhorns. That's a 6:30 airtime, by the way, from Timberlake when Stanley County plays there next Friday night. Let's look at some other scores from 11 AAA. Harrisburg shuts out Sioux Falls Roosevelt 35-0. Brandon Valley, Pierre gets them next week, and they're leading Rapid City Stevens in Brandon. That is a 33-14 lead for Brandon Valley with 6 minutes to play. O'Gorman leads Sioux Falls Lincoln 28-7 at McEnany Field with 10 minutes to go. Sioux Falls Jefferson, top-ranked team at 11 AAA, running over 11 AA's Mitchell 42-0 with 7 minutes left in the first half. Besides Pierre, other games in 11 AA. Sturgis trailing St. Thomas More at halftime 7-3. Spearfish leading at Bellefouche 27-6 with 2 minutes left in the half. Good one here. Yankton and T area, and it is Yankton on top at home over the unbeaten Titans 21-20 at halftime. Brookings leading Douglas at the half 20-0. Aberdeen Central leading at Huron 7-0. They're just underway with the third quarter. 11A, third-ranked Beersford and Lennox, a good one in Lennox, tied at 28 as they play at the half. Top-ranked West Central leading fourth-ranked Canton at Utrecht Stadium in Hartford 20-0. That's at halftime. Fifth-ranked Dakota Valley in a tight one with Madison. They're even at 7 at the half. And Del Rapids, the second-ranked team at 11A, leading Millbank at the half by a score of 28-0. Other scores from 11B, fourth-ranked Mount Vernon Plankinton leading at Tri-Valley 24-6. They're just before halftime. Third-ranked Elk Point Jefferson at home leading Flandre Big 28-0 just before the end of the first quarter. In 9AA, Hamlin leading Castlewood 27-14 with 4 minutes left in the half. Top-ranked Howard on top of Irene Wakanda at halftime 29-8. Fifth-ranked Parkston has beaten Garrettson 52-0. Fourth-ranked Hanson at home leading Canastota 20-0. That game is in late in the first half. Northwestern defeated Langford area by a score of 36-14. Warner just underway against Faulkton area at Dakota Bank Stadium on the Northern State campus. Okay. Coming up on the stations of the DRG Media Group, well, back to Twins baseball tomorrow here on KGFX. They're starting their final homestand of the series with the Los Angeles Angels tonight at Target Field. We'll have the second game of that series at 5:30 tomorrow. Twins are, well, frankly, they're out of it. They're 10 games out with 12 to go. They're even further behind in the wild card race. They just want to play a little better than they have been in that road trip that went 1-7. They're 4 below 500. 5:30 tomorrow, the Twins and Angels here on KGFX. On KMLO tomorrow, there's more high school football with North Central taking on Great Plains Lutheran at 4:30. Sunday is Minnesota Vikings football as the Vikings at 1-1 meet the 1-1 Detroit Lions at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. That's an 11 a.m. airtime on Sunday.
Director Tina England.
On 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KMLO. The Vikings look very sharp in their win over Green Bay, but did not look sharp on Monday night in their loss at Philadelphia. And the Lions 1-1, but they put up over 30 points in each of their first two games. That's a Lions team that looks to be improved. So that's what's ahead this weekend. What's ahead tonight should be a most interesting second half. The first half was too. It is on the Wegner Auto scoreboard. White River leading Stanley County, I should say, leading White River by a score of 19-16. Don't forget Bauman Lumber in our postgame. They'll bring you our player of the game. We'll award a T-shirt, and we'll take another 3-minute break. Then we'll come back with the second half here at Ole Williamson Field with SC leading White River 19-16. This is high school football, the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app and on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.edu.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
They're a long drive like they did to regain the lead in the second quarter when they had the ball over 6 minutes on the drive that gave them the lead back 19-16 over White River. That ended in the second touchdown pass from Brock Zabe to Blaze Frost. I'm David Burrell. Trinity Pearson is our studio coordinator, and Brian Menning is handling the video. Remember, watch this game at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and at the DRG News app. A whole lot of offense and not a whole lot of plays for Stanley County. They've snapped it only 17 times, but they have 239 yards of offense. And now they'll receive the second half kickoff with Chase Hansen in the south end, the end to our left, standing back at about his own 10, and Barrett Schweitzer will join him there. And in a moment, Gavin Folkers will conduct the Lynn's Dakota Mart in Fort Pierce second half kickoff. 4 times the lead has changed hands in this game. The 4th time came with Stanley County's
middle school football has at Lower Brule on Monday. Stanley County
score to end the first half. Hey, I want to remind you, not only do we have Buffalo football Friday night, next Friday in Timberlake, Monday night we'll be over at Parkview Auditorium for Stanley County volleyball here on KGFX, since that's a Twins off night. Crow Creek comes here. Buffs are 7-9 after losing last night to Potter County. We'll be with you around 7:25 Monday evening here on KGFX. All right, here is Gavin Folkers ready to kick from right to left for White River, clad in white and in purple, running up on it at his 15 is Barrett Schweitzer. 20, left at the 25, 30, he's to the 40 down the left sideline, he's to midfield, and he's forced out of bounds. Barrett Schweitzer with a very nice
return by Schweitzer.
Return.
Forced out of bounds by Folkers.
Ran up on and had a good head of speed. In fact, it was the
County
kicker.
Will start 1st and 10 at midfield.
Folkers, who had to force him out of bounds, but he made a 38-yard return there to midfield, and that's got to be satisfying for Stanley County. And again, let's see if they keep the ball on the ground and run some more clock. 19-16 Stanley County leads. Back of the ball on the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 Stanley County from left to right, south to north. Against the wind, but it's not what it was earlier. Zabe stretch handoff. Brady around right end. 45 of White River. And to the 40 and out of bounds. Trying to dive for him was Evestine Wright. Brady nearly eluded him. Didn't have the best angle, but still has a first down run as Colton Brady's big night running the ball continues. 12 more yards for him there to the 38-yard line of White River. And Colton, I didn't tell you about individual stats at the half, did I? He now has, on 11 carries, 92 yards. Go over a little more of those numbers as we get an opportunity. 1st and 10, Stanley County. White River's 38, up Schweitzer. Came out of his stance. That's a full start on Stanley County. There's one stat that Stanley County won't like. That's their 7th penalty for 63 yards. Okay, let's tell you about a few more of these numbers. Zabe passing 3 of 4, 109 yards. The 2 touchdowns, including the 66-yarder to Frost. Both of the touchdowns were Frost, but that 66-yard play for the first score to Frost, the longest play from scrimmage for Stanley County this season. Meanwhile, Gavin Folkers, 8 of 12 passing, 97 yards for White River. 5 catches, 72 for Kendro Cuevas. 3 catches, 25 yards for Ebestein Wright. 1st and 15, Stanley County from White River's 43. Counter play given to Hansen, brought down right away. 42-yard line, but maybe no more because Riot Woodenknife grabbed his ankle immediately. Good play, held him to a 1-yard gain.
No gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 15.
And Stanley County from the White River 42, 2nd down and around 14 to go. Chase Hansen is wide to the left. And here comes Paxton Deal from a slot to the left in motion. Fake the sweep to him. Hand off to Brady up the middle. 40, 35. Across the 30. That's another first down.
With the carry,
but Gunnar Watson was out there trying to prevent Brady from running for even more.
Big gain on the play. Brings up 3rd
It's a first down for Stanley. It's just short of the first down for Stanley County. 3rd down, they need about 1.5 yards at the 29-yard line. That's a 13-yard run, though, to bring Brady over 100 by our count tonight. 12 carries and 105 yards now for Colton Brady. 3rd down, a little less than 2. Stanley County's at the White River 29. They went 1 for 2 on 3rd down in the first half. Deal again in motion. The snap goes on a couple of hops, and now play is stopped to Zabe. That was a strange-looking formation. Zabe had his knee down back at the 34. The snap was low.
Brings up 4th down for the Buffaloes.
And Zabe had his knee down when he touched it at the 34. Just about 2 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Stanley County with the ball on a 19-16 lead. They'll keep the offense on the field here with a 4th down, needing around 6 at the White River 34-yard line. Good kickoff return by Barrett Schweitzer all the way to field. Stanley County still wants to do something with it. Paxton Deal slot left. Chase Hansen is wide left. Jackson Getty in a slot to the right. The wide sides to the left. Brock Zabe in the shotgun. 4th and 6, Stanley County. 34 of White River. Deals in motion. Fake to him. Throwing long left. Once Hansen at the 10. Dives. Catches it. Chase Hansen moved his way past Riley Bowman. It'll be 1st and goal, Stanley County.
It'll be 1st down.
As Zabe connects to a big catch with Chase Hansen. They will spot that inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot it down at the 7. 1st and goal, a big 27-yard pass play to Chase Hansen. Stanley County trying to widen a 3-point lead. 1st and goal at the White River 7. Zabe under center. They run out of the eye. Hand to the first man, Schweitzer, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe fell forward for a yard, but wrapped up well right after he
Schweitzer with the carry.
Took the football.
Brought down by Woodenknife.
I had Woodenknife, who's been in on many plays tonight. They do give him a yard to the 6, and it'll be 2nd down and goal. Hansen in a slot right, but nobody right. They run it out of the eye again, and here's another whistle.
Flag on the play.
Before the play begins, it's another flag, and maybe another one against Stanley County. Let's see. They've had their share.
False start.
It's false start on Stanley County, that's the 8th penalty in the Buffaloes. So they'll take it from the 6 back to the 11-yard line, and it'll be second down and goal from there. 8 penalties, 68 yards on Stanley County. After only one last week, and they have not had many penalties this season, that is until tonight. Second and goal at White River's 11-yard line. Hansen in a slot right. Fake the handoff to Schweitzer, a roll right. Throwing to the end zone, knocked away and incomplete. Well, he ended up turning it up and going for cute Bourne.
Intended for Bourne, falls incomplete.
Evanstein Wright may have gotten a hand on that, but in any case, it's incomplete.
Brings up third and goal for the Buffaloes.
And with 8:32 left, third quarter, Stanley County with a third down and goal, the White River 11. They're on top by a score of 19-16. Zabe has 2 touchdown passes to Blaze Frost, who comes out now along with Bourne. Getty back in, and he lines up wide to the right. Hansen a slot to the right. Deal is wide to the left. Third and goal, Stanley County at the 11-yard line of White River. Low snap, but Zabe takes it. Rolls right, throws right side, incomplete. Trying to dive and catches Hansen at around the White River 4, but it's out of his reach. And now what will Stanley County do?
Bowman on the defense.
With 8:28 left in the third quarter.
Goal for the Buffaloes.
Again, Brady can kick, but you would think at this point they'd keep the offense out in the field, and that's what they're going to try to do. Boy, Stanley County would like to do something after that excellent kickoff return by Barrett Schweitzer all the way to midfield. This is their last chance maybe to do something with that. Fourth and goal at the White River 11. Hansen wide to the left, wide side to the right. 2 receivers that way. Jackson Getty and Paxton Deal. Snap to Zabe, throws left for a dive. It is Hansen, couldn't hang on in the end zone. And White River will have it back.
Hansen falls incomplete.
Just a little bit short of Hansen. Well,
it'll be first and 10.
Stanley County took up the first 3:37 of this third quarter, but after that great kickoff return,
10-yard line.
Nothing to show for it. And now, White River will take over from their own, call the 10-yard line, first and 10. Still a 3-point game with Stanley County leading White River 19-16. Pierre has scored again. Their lead is 14 at the half in Watertown, 27-13. First and 10, White River here from their 10. Fake to Wooden Knife and Folkers around left end. Grabbed by the ankle by Zabe again.
No gain on the play.
No gain. What a game Zabe is playing defensively. Second down and 10, White River from their 10, from right to left. Again, there still is some breeze, certainly not like earlier. So a little bit of a wind with which White River can work in this third quarter. They trail Stanley County 19-16. Folkers in the shotgun again, just takes it and sprints straight ahead. 12, 13, not a whole lot there as he runs into a wall of purple.
Folkers with the carry. Brought down by a herd of buffaloes.
Zabe was there again, but not a whole lot for Folkers. Nothing, in fact. And White River isn't doing what they want to do here, and that's move it. They're third and 10 from their 10. 7:07 in the third. White River trailing Stanley County 19-16. Again, nobody wide. Double wing to the right. Folkers, he is back to throw. Once right on the left side, near his 25, but out of his reach. He was out of bounds anyway, covered well by Deal, but that ball over everybody's head. And White River can't do anything and may be able to give Stanley County good field position here. 6:54 left in the third. And it's punt formation coming up for Gavin Folkers.
Brings up fourth down for the Tigers.
And up comes Chase Hansen to the White River 37. He's still coming forward. Let's see if some pressure is put on here by Stanley County. Now Hansen will back up to around the White River 46-yard line. Let's see if they come after Folkers here. Passes back. Nope, they play for the return. End-over-end kick. Hanson lets it bounce, and White River will down it at the Stanley County, or at the White River 44-yard line. So that's a 34-yard punt.
At the Tiger 44-yard line.
6:45 left, third quarter. Stanley County with the football back and leading by a score of 19-16 over White River. Here at Ole Williamson Field in high school football on KGFX is brought to you by Fisher Rounds & Associates Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, and Edgewood Healthcare. So, Stanley County couldn't do anything after the good kickoff return to start the second half, although they moved it to the 10-yard line of White River. Let's see what they can do here, starting this drive at White River's 44. 1st and 10. Brock Zabe under center. Long outstretched high. Toss right, nearly drop it, taken in by Brady. Cuts left 45-40. Colton is to the 30 of White River left sideline and brought down near the 25 by Ryan Woodenknife.
Brady with the carry.
A toss that was low and nearly dropped, but
play results in a first down
Brady,
for the Buffaloes. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Shoestring catch. It's all the way to the 20-yard line of White River for a gain of 24, and it's 129 yards now and 13 carries. Remember, against Dupree, it was 135 yards and a couple of touchdowns for Brady. 1st and 10, Stanley County at White River's 20. Up 3 nearing the midway mark of the third quarter. And they go up the middle again.
Zabe with the carry.
Not much here for
by Woodenknife.
Zabe on the keepers. Ryan Woodenknife is in on another play. We'll give him a yard to the 19, 2nd down and 9. Now we are midway through the third. 2 touchdown passes from Brock Zabe to Blaze Frost. Colton Brady is a touchdown run. Ryan Woodenknife a touchdown run. Touchdown pass from Gavin Folkers to Kendro Cuevas for White River. That's been the scoring. Hand off to Brady around right end. He is to the 15, down near the 13 or 12. Another
Brady
good carry
by
Colton.
By Wright and
As the senior, now with his best game of the year.
Brings up
Epstein
33
Wright
for the Buffaloes.
Gunnar Watson combined on that play. That's 6 more to the 13-yard line of Stanley County, or of White River. It's 3rd and 3 for Stanley County. In fact, Brady has matched what he gained against Dupree. Had 135 that night, has 135 so far tonight. Stanley County 1 of 4 on 3rd down. 3rd and 3 at the White River 13, leading 19-16. 5:05 left in the third. Under center is Zabe. Handed, you bet. It's Brady up the middle, 10 to the 5. Takes a tackler with him, has the first down. He's held back from the end zone. But Brady just charged straight ahead there, and what a hole the middle of that line opened up.
Brady with the carry.
Very, very big hole.
Brought down by Watson. Brings up 1st and goal.
Gunnar Watson was
at the Tiger 5-yard line.
Able to stop him, but not before he made the 5 for 8 more. And this offensive line from Stanley County has really broken the holes open. Remember, that's Rogo and Kolda and Baldwin there in the middle. 2 freshmen and a sophomore. Handed to Brady. Right guard, 3-2-1. Touchdown, Stanley County. Colton Brady, 2nd of the game. That time through what the coaches call a B gap at right guard. And Brady, who had a lot of that drive, in fact, he carried for 5 plays on that drive. Stanley County increases the lead to 9 at 25-16 with 4:33 left in the third quarter. And they will keep the offense on the field to try to make it an 11-point lead. Zabe in the shotgun. Brady is behind him. 2 receivers each way. They send Barrett Schweitzer in motion from left to right. Make it trips to the right now. Snapback is to Zabe, and he just runs straight ahead. Off a tackle into the end zone. It's 2 for Stanley County, and we'll take a break. 4:33 left third quarter. Stanley County now leads White River 27-16. Back in 1 minute here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Grosenberg Implement knows that hay season is over for most of their customers, but they want to save you money now for the 2023 hay season. This week's special is an 8% discount on hay moisture testers. This includes the units that can be mounted to your John Deere baler. Ask the business manager about pricing and the parts staff which one will work best for you. Then visit Grosenberg Implement Service Department to get it installed. See any of the 8 Grosenberg location parts or service managers this week and save.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
5 plays 44 yards on that scoring drive for Stanley County. Took 212. Brady had 4 of the rushes of that drive. 443 of the yards on that drive. And he's up to 148 and 16 carries after the 5-yard touchdown run. And Tyler Leiferman will kick. We'll tell you about Stanley County's homecoming court. And Woodknife is standing back at around his 10. Short kick to try to keep it away from him, but that's going to go out of bounds, and White River will take it at the 35. Corey Gabriel is the queen. Congratulations to her. Colt Norman is the king, and the court consists of Abby Wiley, Olivia Chase, Aaliyah Schilling, Nate Nelson, Jackson Romanolt, and Max Scott. Congratulations to all of them. So the kick is out of bounds, and White River will take over at their 35. Again, for Brady tonight, 148 yards on 16 carries. He has 2 touchdowns. And Zabe with the 2 touchdown passes to Blaze Frost. He's only 4 of 8, but for 136 yards. Now White River's got to get in their horse. Down 27-16 with 4:10 left in the third quarter. Gavin Folkers, who does have 97 yards passing on 8 and 13. Let's see if he takes it through the air. He does after a low snap. He wants long down the middle. Cuevas, but it's intercepted. Chase Hansen at his 28 has the 7th interception for Stanley County this year. He overthrew Cuevas, which is not an easy thing to do, but he did.
Stanley County starts 1st and 10 at their 28-yard line.
And Stanley County will take over with 4:01 left in the third quarter. And the Buffs now with a 27-16 lead have the football back. 7 interceptions now by this team. Hansen with a sweep around left end, trying to cut up near the 30. That may be about all he has.
Hansen with the carry, brought down by Watson.
Gunnar Watson made the
Short
stop.
gain on the play.
Oh, you know the parade was today. Well, let's tell you about the float winners. As Scotty Vanden Hemel gives those to us. 5th grade for the elementary, 8th grade for the middle school and high school, and Bad River Furniture won in the open division. So congratulations to those folks for the floats. I heard there was a Ricky Bobby float. 2nd and 9 for Stanley County from their 29. Right side, Brady, a lot of room, 35, 40, first down, tackle broken. Now he is brought down at his 46. Colton Brady is having an enormous game. Gunnar Watson was the one to bring him down.
The 1st and 10.
But that is all the way to the 46-yard line of
1st and 10 on the 46-yard line.
Stanley County for a gain of 17. What did that float say? If you're not first, you're last. You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. Stanley County, Colton Brady is on fire with a huge game rushing, 164 yards on 17 carries. First and 10, Stanley County from their 46. Handoff, Brady, left guard. Midfield, and brought down by his ankle, but he still gained 5.
Brady with the carry, brought down by Watson.
On carry number 18, and Gunnar Watson is having to come up from that corner spot to make a lot of stops on Colton Brady. In fact, that's 6 yards to White River's 48 and 2nd and 4. Make it 171 yards now, rushing on 18 carries for Colton Brady. And Stanley County's eating up some more time. Down to 2:12 left in the third quarter. They're up 27-16 over White River. Bauman Lumber with our player of the game. This might be a tough decision in our postgame. 2nd and 4. Stanley County, White River's 44. Hanson now in a wing to the right. Running out of the eye, toss to, yep, it's Brady. Right guard 48. Ooh, and a good hit. Holds him to about a yard at the 47-yard line. Riot Woodenknife wouldn't let Brady get the motor going there. Held him to a yard at the White River 47, but that'll just allow Stanley County to eat up some more time. 1:33 left in the third. 3rd and 3 now for Stanley County at White River's 47. They're 2 of 5 on third down tonight and leading 27-16. Remember, Monday night, volleyball for Stanley County hosting Crow Creek at Parkview. We'll be with you on 7:25 Monday here on KGFX. Friday night from Timberlake. Stanley County and the Timberlake Panthers in football will join you at 6:30. 3rd and 3 Stanley County, wing right there at the White River 47, and the snap is dropped and fallen upon at the White River 47 by the Tigers. By Riot Woodenknife.
Woodenknife with the recovery.
So the bad snap is not making it to the quarterback. It is a fumble. It is White River's football to blunt that drive and give it back to the Tigers with 51 seconds left in the third quarter. So there is the first turnover on Stanley County tonight. White River, let's see if they can take advantage. Down 11. They're 1st and 10 from their 47, from right to left. Receivers split each way. In the shotgun is Gavin Folkers from his 40. Throws right. Cuevas curls back for the catch at midfield. Down to the 49 or 48-yard line, but here comes a flag, too, at the end of this play. Let's see what the flag is about. The play is into Stanley County territory at the 49, but it's coming back because of a chop block
against the Tigers.
So a costly penalty there on White River. Yep, block below the knees. You can't do that. Line of scrimmage was White River's 47. And they will be all the way back to their 31-yard line. So make it 1st down and 26 now for White River. It was a modest game, but it was in the Stanley County territory, but that play nullified. So that's 5 penalties on White River for 56 yards. We had 13 penalties in this game. 42 seconds left in the third. 1st and 26 for White River from their 31. I don't think they'll put it in the air here. Snap is back to Folkers. He does want to throw. They hold off Baldwin. Pass on the left. Caught. Out of bounds at midfield is Ryan Woodenknife. Gain of 19 to gain a lot of that yardage back. With 36 seconds left in the third quarter.
White River has it.
Second down, and all of a sudden not bad for them. 2nd down and 7 at midfield. So a good job there on 1st and long. Good route run there by Riot Woodenknife. Clock stopped after the play went out of bounds. 36 seconds left in the third. 2nd and 7, White River at midfield. Trailing Stanley County 27-16. Double wing set this time. Low snap. Folkers takes it. Protection pretty good for him. Throw to the right, and it is nearly brought in and incomplete.
Folkers' pass intended.
That was just out of the hands of Evestein, right?
Incomplete. Broken up by Hanson.
Because Hanson got a hand on it, and we have another flag down.
Legs on the play.
With 28 seconds left in the third quarter. But we must sort out the laundry again. The officials confer to talk about this. And then eventually will let us know that it is a hold on White River.
Holding against the Tigers and holding against
and a hold on Stanley County.
Penalties will offset.
So it's offsetting penalties.
And we'll replay the down.
To replay second down is what that turns out to be. So that's a break really for White River. When the holding penalty came on Stanley County. Second down and 7 again for White River from midfield. Snap back to Folkers. Protection. Good for him again. Throw down the middle, going long for a wooden knife, and he made the catch inside the 20-yard line of Stanley County and down near the 10.
It's complete to Wooden Knife.
Ryan Wooden Knife covered by Chase Hansen.
Brings up first.
But the big catch by Wooden Knife puts
first down at the Stanley County 10-yard line.
White River into the red zone at the 10 after a 40-yard gain. Second catch for Wooden Knife, now 59 yards. Folkers at 10 of 16, 156. It is first and goal, the ball right on the 10. 10 seconds left in the third. Clock will run. There won't be another play. So White River with a chance to make it closer. Through 3 on the Wagner Auto scoreboard and Ole Williamson Field. Stanley County 27, White River 16. Wagner Auto, the one place to go. Fourth quarter with White River's chance to make it closer. We're back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Catches by Ryan Wooden Knife have brought White River to the Stanley County 10-yard line, where it'll be first and goals. The fourth quarter begins. Stanley County does lead 27-16, but White River trying to come closer. As Folkers continues his good night passing the ball. Yeah, there have been a couple of holes, but really the protection's been good for the senior quarterback. We talked about tall receivers. Folkers isn't small. He's 6'5" and 210. First and goal, White River, Stanley County's 10-yard line. Fourth quarter begins. Stanley County does lead 27-16. Colton Brady has 2 touchdown runs. Brock Zabe 2 touchdown passes to Blaze Frost for SC. Folkers in the shotgun on the first and goal play. Fake to Wooden Knife. Pressure. Lobs it into the end zone right side. Diving and incomplete. And nearly with another interception is Chase Hansen. That ball never made it close to its intended receiver, which was Kendrell Cuevas. And Hansen nearly had the second interception of the game and 8th of the year for Stanley County. Instead, it's an incomplete pass. And that'll make it second and goal for White River at the Stanley County 10. Maybe their chance to stay close in this game. Double wing again. Folkers usually lines up. In fact, I think every snap he's lined up in the shotgun tonight. Takes the snap. Pressure on him. Tries to break away. Throws it away. Because there was a Buffalo, and it was Eron Cantu close to him that was forcing evasive measures by Folkers. He had to throw that ball away. So now it is third down and goal for White River at Stanley County's 10-yard line. Riley Bauman on a double wing to the right. He's over there with Kendro Cuevas. Blitz look. Snap is back to Folkers. Forced back to around his own 25. Low ball at the corner of the end zone the play is intercepted.
Folkers' pass is intercepted by Deal.
It is a touchback, and it is Paxton Deal with his fourth interception of the year.
I believe it's going to be ruled a touchback.
They did rule it a touchback, and Stanley County will take over at their 20-yard line. How about that? Stanley County once again comes up with the pick, their second of the night. That is 8 interceptions now in 4 3/4 games for Stanley County. And it prevents White River from taking it in. And Stanley County keeps their 11-point lead, 27-16. Still 11:37. A lot of this game left, but now you know what Stanley County will want to do. Run the ball and move that clock. Zabe under center on 1st and 10 from their 20. Up, they fake the handoff. Throw right. This one's caught at his 35-yard line. And down to the 37. What do I know? It's Blaze Frost who's having himself quite a night. That one is out to the 37 for 17 yards. And for Blaze now, that's 3 catches and 89 yards, the first that wasn't a touchdown. 1st and 10 Stanley County from their 37. About a minute gone in the fourth. Stanley County has an 11-point lead at 27-16. Zabe is under center. They do hand it this time to Schweitzer, and with one ankle tackle, he breaks away from that, but is brought down by the second one, and that's Riley Bauman. Was able to gain about 3 to his 40.
Brought down by Bowman and others.
And, other than that, it's just to give Colton Brady a little bit of a break here, too, because he has toted a lot tonight. 19 carries, 172 yards for the senior with the 2 scores. 2nd down and 7, Stanley County from their 40. Up 11, about a minute and a half gone, 4th quarter. Zabe again under center and Brock. Hands it to, going up the middle, the lone man in the backfield. That's the senior Brady. He's across the 40 and down near his
carry, brought down
42 or 3.
Brings up 3rd and 4 for the Buffalo.
Kevin Folkers was in on the play, spotted at the 43 for 3, and that makes it 3rd and 4 for Stanley County. 2 of 6 on 3rd down tonight. Trying to move those sticks and keep that clock going. 2 minutes gone in the fourth. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left. Stanley County with an 11-point lead over White River at 27-16. Might to the left in motion is Deal. Counterplay, Brady to the 45. He's across the midfield into the 49-yard line of White River. And that is a first down. Would have been more had it not been Folkers grabbing him by the ankle. But still, it's a first down for Stanley County on carry number 21 for Colton Brady. Now has 182 yards. Tremendous night for the senior. But Brock Zabe has done his job, too, at quarterback. 9.5 minutes left as the clock runs. Jackson Getty now wide to the left. In fact, he's one of 3 to the left. Low snap, but, well, Brock's able to take it. Spinning, out of trouble. Now he's sacked. Good play back there. And finally, it was Ethan Watson. That's the first sack White River's had tonight. And Ethan brings down Brock back at his 42-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 17.
That's a coverage sack because there was nobody open right there. Good play. Loss of 8 brings it back to the 42. It'll be 2nd down and 18. Clock keeps running. 8:43 left in the fourth. Bauman Lumber with our player of the game. Boy, this is going to be a decision to make possibly in our post game. Who will get the T-shirt? Look at other scores one more time before we leave you tonight. 2nd down, 18, Stanley County from their 42. Deals the man in motion and just like bull in china shop up the middle. Brady again with carry number 22.
Brady with the carry.
Colton
by Watson and Wooden Knife
is up to his 46
brings up third
for 4.
and 13 for the Buffaloes.
So it leaves 3rd and long, but Stanley County keeps running clock. We're down to 7:58 still left. Stanley County 27, White River 16. Buffs converted a bit ago. They're 3 out of 7 on 3rd down. Trips to the left. That's the wide side. 1 to the right. Zabe, pump fake. Throws right. One Schweitzer long down the right side, but overthrew him and around the 25 of
James pass intended
White
for
River.
Schweitzer falls incomplete. Right on the defense. Brings up 4th down for the Buffalo.
So after having the ball for about 4 minutes, Stanley County now faces 4th down. They've only punted once tonight. And Deal is in punt formation here. Ryan Wooden Knife is standing back at his 25-yard line. Let's see if there's pressure put on here. A little bit of a rush. And the ball went off the side of Deal's foot and takes a right turn out of bounds at the Stanley County bench, although he did get a little bit of a roll, and it is downed
Deal's
at
punt rolls out of bounds.
the White River 31.
White River will take over 1st and 10 at their 31-yard line.
7:23 remaining in the 4th quarter. Still a chance here for White River. 23-yard punt by Paxton Deal. White River down 27-16.
Once again, a reminder, Stanley County Middle School volleyball at
Of the
Potter County
10
tomorrow night. Middle school
completions for
football will
Focus,
rule on
5 have been to
Monday.
Kendro
Varsity
Cuevas,
volleyball, JV
3 to
volleyball,
Ebenstein
Monday night
Wright,
here
2 to
against
Ryan
Creek at
Wooden
Turkey
Knife.
Gymnasium at 6:30.
Boy, it looked like they really helped that last drive before the interception in the end zone by Deal. 1st and 10, White River from their 31, down 27-16, 7:23 in the 4th. 2 receivers to the right. Snap is back and a roll to the right by Folkers. Baldwin chases him, throws it long down the right side. Intercepted again! It's Hansen again, his 2nd of the game. He was going for Teagan Bowman, but Hansen just moved right in front of him at the Stanley County 42-yard line.
10 at their 42-yard line.
The 3rd interception of this game, the 2nd by Hansen. And with 7:15 left, Stanley County with the ball right back, and that was a ball just not making it there. Way underthrown, but Hansen did make a good play. Make it now 9 interceptions for Stanley County. Brady, the young man, goes to his right again, midfield. 40 on the right wing, near the sideline, 30. Breaks the tackle, 20. Another one out of bounds after another broken tackle inside the 15. I'm giving him 2 years. He is the sophomore, Colton Brady, and Stanley County's glad for that because they'd love to see him running this way for the rest of this season and for a couple of more. That ball is all the way down at the 14-yard line of White River. 44 more yards make it 230 for Colton Brady on 23 carries. 1st and 10, Stanley County, White River 14 with a 27-16 SC lead, still 7:04 left. But Colton Brady has taken this game over. Zabe under center, handoff Schweitzer, up the middle, 10, 5-yard line, takes 2 White River Tigers to bring him down, but not before he made the end zone. Touchdown, Stanley County. Barrett Schweitzer has his 2nd rushing touchdown in as many weeks and his 3rd of the year. And now it's a 2-score lead for Stanley County with 6:49 left. Well, Brady set it up with the 44-yard run, and then Schweitzer for 14 to finish it off. They'll go for 2. Zabe is under center. Brock with a roll to the right. And he'll just keep it, cut back up, and sprint into the end zone
With the carry, 2-point conversion is good
for the 2-point run. And now the lead is 19 for Stanley County. 6:49 left in the 4th quarter at only Williamson Field. Stanley County 35, White River 16. Back in 1 minute here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Do you have a new pair of jeans or a favorite shirt with a small tear or hole? Or your winter coat has a broken zipper? Don't throw them away. Call Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery in Fort Pierre to have your items fixed as good as new. They also provide hemming, other sewing services, as well as custom embroidery for a truly professional look and design. Lila Briggs Sewing and Embroidery is a proud supporter of all Stanley County school activities and wishes the student athletes the best of luck in the school year.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
A 58-yard drive in 26 seconds. Of course, the other play in the drive, a 44-yard run by the sophomore, Brady. Tyler Leiferman will kick. Ryan Woodenknife for White River standing back at about his 12, and the Tigers are in a hole now, down 19 to Stanley County, 35-16, 6:49 to go, fourth quarter. Leiferman from right to left with the end-over-end kick. Drop pick back up at his 16 by Woodenknife. He is right to the 20, 25, 30, down near the 33-yard line. And that's where White River will begin.
Woodenknife with the return brought down by Cantu and Getty.
Plagued by turnovers, they'll now start from their 34, down 19. Before they start this drive, let's pause for station identification.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, 1060 KGFX Pier. Rebroadcasting on K276 GT 103.1 FM, Fort Pierre. Put the phone down, focus on driving.
Well, Gavin Folkers hasn't had a bad night, but he's also been picked 3 times. First and 10 for him and for White River now from their 34. 35-16, Stanley County, 6:41 to play. Snap is back to Folkers. Protection now breaks down, and he throws right. Schweitzer knocked it down. Didn't have a chance to catch the ball, but that ball still could have made it to Teagan, to Evestein right. Schweitzer made a good play to knock it down, and there was a White River player down, and I believe, is that Folkers? This is trouble if it is. We'll take a break while they look at him. 6:33 left. Stanley County leads White River 35-16. Back in 1 minute. 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
And it was Gavin Folkers. He ran off the field. Now he's being stretched out on the sideline, which makes you think it might be a cramp. So Morgan Leader charges just to come into the game. He'll be on the line. 2nd and 10 for White River after the incompletion from their 34-yard line. Faking the handoff, they put Ryan Woodenknife in there in the quarterback position, and he just carries around right end, trying to cut up
for no gain,
and was held
to 3rd down for the Tigers.
To no gain at his 34. Pierre is continuing to lead in Watertown 27-13, but bad news for a guy that's otherwise had a pretty good week. Jackson Edmond confirmed that he's going to head to Black Hill State to play basketball, but now, unfortunately, Jackson has a broken collarbone that he suffered in that game tonight. So one of the many threats the Governors have at receiver is out. 3rd and 10, White River from their 34. Raya Woodenknife in the quarterback position with Volker still on the sideline. In the shotgun, he just tries to run straight ahead, and now around left end. Brought down after only about a yard to his 35 by Caden Montana. Pursuit there, very good by Caden. Held him to a yard. White River at this point just might keep the offense on the field because there are only 5 minutes and 24 seconds left as the clock runs, and Stanley County leads in this game by a score of 35-16. Folkers is still being stretched out on the sideline just below us. And again, he's taking a bottle of water. It would lend you to believe this is a cramp, but in any case, it's not good. Actually, no gain on that last play, so it's 4th and 10 for White River from their 34, but they are keeping the offense on the field, but they're going to call timeout. So we'll take an Agtegra timeout, too. We're down to 4:52 left. Stanley County 35, White River 16. Let's take a 30-second break right here. Back in 30 here on KGFX.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierce, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Farms earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Well, the good news here for White River is that Gavin Folkers has been stretched out.
Homecoming week here at Stanley County.
Apparently hydrated well enough.
To the teachers and administration
and has made his way back into the huddle and back onto the field. And they need him now because White River has a 4th and 10 from their 34. 4:52 remaining. Stanley County leads White River 35-16. Our Bauman Lumber player of the game in our postgame. White River's got to connect here, down 19 points. Folkers sets his team, takes the snap, rolls to the right. Throws to the right. Cuevas makes the catch at the 48-yard line of Stanley County for a first down, brought in by Chase Hansen.
Cuevas, brought down by Hansen. Play results in a first down.
So big catch there by Cuevas to
at the Stanley County 48-yard line.
Keep a little bit of hope alive here for White River. They're closer to the Stanley County 47. So that's a 19-yard gain. 6th catch for Cuevas for 91 yards. They're taking their time getting a play in. They don't have the time to take. 4:28 left. Stanley County leads White River 35-16. Boy, a lot of confusion here. They don't have the right personnel out there. Spencer Blom might have to use another timeout here. 4:12 left. That clock still runs. And they're still in the huddle. They're just coming out of it now, and the back judge is counting it down, and here's a flag for delay of game. Boy, at a time where you just cannot take any time at all, White River just couldn't get the play in. And the 5-yard penalty brings them back to their 48, their 6th penalty of the game, for 61 yards. Stanley County 8 penalties for 68. 1st and 15 White River from their 48. Now, not only that, all that time went off the clock. That potentially is quite costly for White River. Back out of the huddle. Again, clock's not running, but really they're not the urgency that you think they would have here, down 19 points with 4 minutes left, and now Spencer Blom calls his second timeout. Confusion here at the moment for White River. Another Agtegra timeout, 4 minutes left. Stanley County 35, White River 16, and back in 30 seconds to Ole Williamson Field here on KGFX. They do have a first down here, 1st and 15. After the delay of game penalty a moment ago, they're at their own 48. Stanley County, for now, in control of this one, leading White River 35-16, trying to improve to 2-3 before they go to a Timberlake next Friday night. Gavin Folkers back in there on 1st and 15, takes the shotgun snap. Some pressure. Folkers breaks away, just throws it away. Again, all he could do because there were a couple of Buffaloes back there, including Blaze Frost.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 for the Tigers.
Stops the clock with 3:54 remaining. Folkers is now 11 of 23. He's not having a very good second half, 175 yards, a touchdown, but he has also been intercepted 3 times. Pierre has extended their lead over Watertown at the end of 3, 40-13. And Miller Highmore Herald comes up with a win over Hill City, 41-6, breaking their 4-game losing streak. Here, 2nd and 15, White River from their 48. Snap is back to Folkers. Here comes some pressure again, this time by Brady, and he just throws it away again.
Folkers' pass falls incomplete.
And
brings up
that Stanley County front is getting all the pressure that they could wish for on Folkers. And that's the other point, that interior of the Stanley County offensive line. We've mentioned Brady's big night with 230 yards, 288 yards rushing. It's 160-pound Hayden Rogo, 185-pound Case Colda, and 190-pound Noah Baldwin in the interior of that line. White River with it here, 3rd and 15 from their 48. 3:48 left. 35-16 Stanley County leads White River. In the shotgun, it is Folkers with a throw right. This one is incomplete.
Folkers' pass is intended for right.
Caught by right, but he caught it out of bounds.
Brings up 4th down for the
And
Tigers.
the clock stopped again with 3:44 left, and obviously White River will keep the offense on the field and what may be truly their last chance, down 19. They started well in this game after both teams had a rough start offensively. Good drives by White River. Folkers had it going in the first half. But the second half has been a struggle for him, and Stanley County's defense has put some pressure on him. 4th and 15 from their 48 for White River. Folkers rolls right, out of the shotgun snap, throw to the right. It's behind Bowman and incomplete, and Stanley County takes over with 3:37 left. Bowman got turned around inside the Stanley County 30. There is a flag down, so let's see what this is about. It's holding on White River. Stanley County will decline this and take the football back with 3:37 left and see if they possibly
Stanley County
can run the clock out, and that's conceivable with White River having only one timeout remaining.
At the White River 48-yard line.
Again, a reminder that Monday night, volleyball here on KGFX, Stanley County and Crow Creek at Parkview Auditorium. We'll be with you around 7:25. Then next Friday night, football from Timberlake. That'll be a challenge for the Buffs against a good Timberlake Panther team. 6:30 next Friday evening here on KGFX. So, from the White River 48, Stanley County will take over with now, by our count, 441 yards of offense in this game. 288 on the ground. Zabe is under center. You would imagine the ball wouldn't go in the air. Said that the first time in the last drive and they threw it. Well, anyway, here is Zabe. No, it's a toss right to Brady. Has a block, midfield, 45, 40-yard line of White River, but brought down there. But more for Colton Brady. Ryan Woodknife dropped him to the 41, but that is
brings up 2nd and 3.
7 more yards for Brady, 237 for him. Stanley County is averaging just under 10 yards per play in this game. They have 46 snaps of the ball and 448 yards. 2nd and 3, SC at the White River 41, 3 minutes left. Stanley County with the ball in a 35-16 lead over White River. Stretch handoff, Brady, big room. 30, left side near the hash, 20 to the 10, pushed down just inside the White River 10-yard line by Evestine Wright. And Colton Brady,
Play results in the first
this is his night more than anything else. Again, that line is just opening the holes up for him. It's all the way down to the 9. It's 32 more yards, and it's 269 for the night now for Brady on 25 carries with 2 scores. First and goal, Stanley County. They'll line up at the White River 9-yard line. Zabe under center. Schweitzer, the fullback. Brady, the tailback. Hand it to Brady at right guard, but brought down right after he took Brady the ball. There may be a yard or two forward. Ryan Woodenknife with a good play there. Good pursuit, grabbed him by the ankle.
Gain on the play.
And held him to a couple to the 7. On his 26th carry of the game. 2:25 left. Second and goal, Stanley County at the White River 7. Trying to put this game away if they haven't done so already. They lead 35-16 over White River. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play, and now the officials are going to stop play here for just a moment, as I think a White River player had a problem with his equipment, so that's why they stopped the proceedings for just a bit. Now Stanley County will get going, and that clock will go again down to 2:09 left. Second goal, Stanley County at White River's 7-yard line. Hansen, wing right, moves to a tight end left. Schweitzer with the eye dotted by Colton Brady. And Zabe, who nearly fell as he faked the handoff around right end, brought down in the backfield. Ryan Woodenknife
brought down by Woodenknife.
Be credited there with a sack as he brought down Zabe behind the line.
Ball on the 4-yard line.
Or he gave him forward to 3 for 3 to the 4-yard line. We're down to a 1 minute 25 left. Stanley County is going to win this one and improve to 2-3 before they go to Timberlake next Friday. In fact, 2 long trips ahead. Timberlake next Friday, up to Lemon to meet Lemon McIntosh the Friday after that. Third down and goal after the 3-yard gain. Stanley County's at the White River 4. White River not bothering to use their timeout. Now a flag down from the back judge. It's for delay of game with 1:01 left.
Play on the play.
For penalty number 9 of the game on Stanley County. Hasn't been the neatest game. Bauman Lumber with our player of the game. Stay tuned for that in our post-game show, and a look at more scores too. This doesn't make a whole lot of difference to Stanley County at this point. Just 61 more seconds to run off. And White River not terribly interested, it appears, in using that final timeout. Zabe under center on third and goal for Stanley County at the White River 9. Hansen now to a wing to the left and a toss left. Here's Brady with another carry, trying to work his way through defenders to the 5. Tackle broken, end zone. Third touchdown of the night.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
Colton Brady with 53 seconds left.
Brady with the carry.
Is now at 280 yards rushing. That was his 27th carry. Stanley County overall on the ground, 341 yards tonight. Now, that can be a very good trend for them. You think going against a very athletic team next week, if they can run the ball like this, that would behoove them quite well. 41-16 Stanley County. They'll stay in the field with the offense. Try for 2. Able to throw left. Jackson Getty has it in the end zone.
Dave's pass is complete to Getty.
We'll take another break. 53 seconds to play. Stanley County will win it. They lead White River 43-16. We're back in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need. for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Third of the night, 5-play 48-yard drive and 244. And the two-point conversion, Stanley County. Now with their high point total of the season, they lead 43-16. Kick is away from Bowman, and he has to come near the sideline to take it. That's a live ball. Pick it up, Teagan. He's at his 6 to the 10 to the 15 and down near the 19. Kind of looked at it and said, oh, do I need to take this? Yeah, Teagan, you do.
White River starts 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line.
Down at the 20. White River now at 1-5. Their last two are on their home field. New Underwood and then Phillip. It's a pretty good Scotty's team. They started well. They're 3-1. And for Folkers, it's been the quarterback. It's been kind of a mixed bag tonight. He's had good plays, but he's also been picked off 3 times. But for Stanley County's defense, they've excelled in this game too. 3 more interceptions, been able to put some pressure on Folkers and make him rush his throws. 1st and 10 from their 20, and White River will just run the ball now. And 2 is 23, or for about 3 yards.
Bauman with the carry.
Here's Riley Bauman.
Richardson.
And Cash Richardson, who's done some good things as a freshman, gets to make a defensive play. White River will snap it one more time. 23 seconds left. They're 2nd and, let's say 6 from their 24. Should be the last snap of the night. And it is a toss left. And not much there for Bauman as the time runs out.
Brought down by Baldwin, and that brings us to the
Baldwin
end
with
of
the last defensive play of the night, and the Stanley County Buffaloes pulled away in the second half behind Colton Brady's enormous game running the ball. Stanley County has a second win of the season in both on their home field. Their final score on the Wegner Auto scoreboard here at Ole Williamson Field, the Stanley County Buffaloes 43, the White River Tigers 16. Stanley County now 2-3. White River is at 1-5. Back in 2 minutes with our family dental here in Gettysburg. Postgame, we'll look at stats. We'll name our Bauman Lumber player of the game. We'll have scores for you as the fireworks are shot off on a happy homecoming at Ole Williamson Field, where Stanley County has win number 2. Our postgame in 2 minutes here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union's recreational loan special is in full swing with rates as low as 2.25% APR and terms as long as 15 years. Now is your chance to get into that new or used boat, jet ski, camper, motorcycle, UTV, or ATV you've been dreaming about. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let the girls at Owyhee Federal Credit Union make that dream a reality.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Already a celebratory night at Only Williamson Field with homecoming, but Stanley County Buffaloes made it even more of a celebration as they pull away in the second half, beat the White River Tigers by a score of 43-16, shut out White River in the second half of this game. Colton Brady midway through the first quarter in the starting of what was a big night for him. At the 20-yard touchdown run, Stanley County led 6-0 after they missed a 2-point conversion. White River came back early in the second quarter and took their first lead first, tied it on a 10-yard Riot Wooden Knife touchdown run. 2-point conversion gave White River the lead at 8-6. But then, first play of the next drive, Brock Zabe with the first of two big connections with Blaze Frost, a 66-yard touchdown. Extra point made at 13-8 Stanley County. But back came White River. Their next possession, helped by a penalty, only 45 yards. They needed to go, and Gavin Folkers found Kendrell Cuevas for a 5-yard score. And with a two-pointer was 16-13 White River. But then Stanley County took over 6 minutes on their next drive, 80 yards, and ended with Zabe finding Frost again, this time from 6 yards out. 19-16 Stanley County. That's where it stood at the half, and Stanley County would not relinquish the lead. They started running the ball. Also had a couple of picks in the second half to stunt White River drives. Brady with a 5-yard touchdown run in the third quarter with an extra point. 2-point run, 27-16. Barrett Schweitzer with a 14-yard touchdown run after a 44-yard run by Brady about midway through the fourth after a two-pointer, 35-16 Stanley County. And then Brady struck again from 9 yards out with under a minute left. Another two-point play, 43-16 Stanley County takes the victory, and they do so with almost 500 yards of offense. They had 494 yards of total offense in this game, averaged just about 10 yards per play, thanks in large part to 341 yards on the ground, 153 through the air. White River held to 26 yards rushing, 175 passing, 201 total yards. Stanley County had 19 first downs, White River just 7. One turnover by Stanley County. They lost a fumble, 3 picks by White River. And Stanley County was 4 of 9 on third down, 1 of 2 on fourth down, 4 of 5 in the red zone, with all 4 successes being touchdowns. White River just 1 of 11 on third down, 4 of 5 on fourth down, 2 of 3 in the red zone, 2 touchdowns. Each team had 1 sack. A lot of penalties in this game. 973 yards on Stanley County, 6 for 61 for White River. Colton Brady, well, the big number individually for him, 280 yards rushing of the Buffs, 341 total on 27 carries with 3 touchdowns. Barrett Schweitzer, 3 carries for 39 yards and a score. Brock Zabe, 6 carries, 13 yards. Chase Hansen, 4 for 9. Zabe was 5 of 9, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked once. Frost, 3 catches, the 2 for scores, 89 yards. Hansen, 2 catches, 64 yards. For White River, Gavin Folkers, 16 yards rushing on 15 carries. Ryan Woodenknife, 5 for 9. Riley Bowman, 2 for a yard. Folkers, 11 of 26, 175 yards, a touchdown, but he also was intercepted 3 times, and in the second half, Folkers was only 3 of 14. Cuevas had 6 catches, 91 yards in the score. Ebestein Wright, 3 for 25. Ryan Woodenknife, 2 for 59 yards. Stanley County improves to 2-3 with the 43-16 victory over White River, so they have their season total high in points and in yardage. Bauman Lumber Player of the Game. What are we going to do here about this? All right, I think I have an idea. Well, actually, it was given to me, but that's okay. We'll tell you who our Bow and Lumber player of the game is here in 30 seconds on KGFX. Leave it to an old offensive line coach. Bruce Bresee was up here tonight to say, why not recognize somebody on that offensive line? I said, that's a pretty good idea, because when you run the ball for 341 yards, it's not just the guys toting it that do it. You've got to have the holes up front, and a lot of holes were blown open. So they went to the left a lot. Let's give it to Hayden Rogo, the guard. In there last week and in there tonight. Again, you're not talking about big, beefy guys. Rogo's 160. Cole is 185. Baldwin's 190. But, did those guys get it done in the interior of the Stanley County offensive line tonight. But we'll give our Bow and Lumber Player of the Game T-shirt to Hayden Rogo. And a very good job by that entire offensive line. Defense doing the work, too, with 3 more interceptions. Before we leave you tonight, let's take one more look at scores. And for the Pierre Governors, it wasn't the easiest start in Watertown tonight, but it is going along well for them. Late third quarter, a 40-13 lead over Watertown, and that's 27 straight points for the Governors in that game. Brian Oakland has that on River, 92-7. Other Central South Dakota teams in 11A, Chamberlain trailing at Sioux Falls Christian 42-0. That's with 5 minutes left. Miller Highmore Herald breaks the losing streak tonight. They lost 4 in a row, but on homecoming at Bob Schroeder Field in Millard, they beat Hill City 41-6. Looks like Mobridge Pollock's losing streak is going to increase to 3 because the Tigers are trailing Clark Willow Lake at Tiger Stadium in Mobridge tonight, 31-22 with under a minute to play. All right, other 9-man action tonight. Gregory, number 1 in 9A, beats 9AA's Kimball Whitelake, or is leading them, I should say, 26-0. 3 minutes left in the third. Platte Geddes had a couple wins in a row, but then they ran into Baumholm, and those Cavaliers, after beating Stanley County last week, now 4-1 after beating Platte Geddes tonight. That final was 42-6. Wall will stay unbeaten. Lyman will not. Eagles all over the Raiders, 48-6 with 4 minutes to play in that game in Wall tonight. Now, other scores involving Central South Dakota schools. Timberlake, we mentioned the Buffs go there next week. They're trailing at Faith. Good game here, though. 20-13, Faith on top. 9 minutes to go in the fourth. Phillip all over New Underwood and Phillip 34-0. 9 minutes to go in the third. The showdown game in 9B tonight. No, it's just a show off for the Harriet Selby area Wolverines, who are now 5-0. They end Sully Butte's unbeaten run to start the season at 46-6. Harriet Selby area wins Kadoka area over Jones County in Kadoka. That final was 44-0. Faulkton area trailing Warner at halftime in Aberdeen at Dakota Bank Stadium on the NSU campus. That score is 20-16. And there tomorrow, 100.7 KMLO, it's North Central and Great Plains Lutheran with an airtime of 4:30. Twins are back here on KGFX tomorrow from Target Field with the second game of their series against the Los Angeles Angels at 5:30. And Vikings football, remember, is Sunday, 94.5, 100.5 KPLO and 100.7 KMLO when the Vikings meet the Lions at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. 11 a.m. is the airtime for that on Sunday. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to keep your eyes on the road, not on your phone. High school football, 1060 AM and 103.1 FM, KGFX, brought to you by Yesway, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, First Dakota National Bank, Sioux Nation, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Access Health Fort Pierre, Fisher, Rounds and Associates, Insurance and Real Estate, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ferding Electric, Edgewood Healthcare, Dakota Prairie Bank, Sweet Spot America, Hotel and Business Center, the Wigwam, Krogman Law Office, the Roundup Bar and Grill, and Venture Communications. And these in-game sponsors also help bring you high school football here on KGFX, Potsdam Agency State Farm, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Lynn's Dakota Martin Fort Pierre, Agtegra, Family Dental, a Pier in Gettysburg, Bauman Lumber, and Wagner Auto. Thanks to Athletic Director Keely Braceland here at Stanley County High School. Thanks to Brian Menning for taking care of the video. And our studio coordinator, for a bit it was Trinity Pearson, but Trinity's having a rough day. Get better, Trinity, and thanks to Chuck Hansen for pinch hitting and filling in and taking care of things in studio. I'm David Burrell. Win number 2 for Stanley County as they knock off White River. With a reminder before we give you that final score again, that Monday night here on KGFX around 7:25, it's volleyball from Parkview Auditorium. Stanley County hosts Crow Creek, and then Stanley County football in Timberlake next Friday against the Panthers at 6:30. But the final score one more time tonight at Ole Williamson Field. Stanley County 43, White River 16 as SC wins on homecoming. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. Good night from the banks of the Bad River in Fort Pierre.